to say hello to everyone. Let me know if you hear me, please. Please let me know if you're hearing me. I am having a difficult time with this computer today. It's just angering me. It's angering me, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everyone. I'm still working on trying to get this presentation for you. It's been nothing but difficulty past 10 minutes. That's why we're a little late. Sorry, I've been trying to get this together and it's driving me nuts. Okay, thank you for letting me know it's loud and clear. Uh, I don't know why. I don't know why it's such a problem today. But trying to get this loaded into this software, it's killing me. And actually, still working on it. Still working on it. Let's see. All right. But welcome to everyone. And wow, it's Wednesday, but it feels like Monday to me. It really does. All right, welcome in everyone. Rochelle, thank you. Starting off with a super chat. Thank you, Rochelle. Wow. Lurk, listening. Women's work is never done. Hope all is super with all. Well, thank you, Rochelle, and it is indeed. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying to get this presentation, and I just got my coffee, and I really do apologize for the extended wait. Wow, we're 20 minutes behind. Okay, and it was 20 minutes of me struggling with this computer. And was the sound glitching? Was the music skipping beats? It sounded to me like the music was also glitching. Uh, so as I'm trying to upload this PDF, the music's glitching, and I'm back here struggling, and I can't get it. Or it's just been crazy. I don't know what's going on. The computer it should be fine, and it's just it's a hump day. Shibby said it's a dry hump day. Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you, Shibby. The music was fine. I heard glitching on my end, so no to the glitch. Wow, man. So all the glitching must be on my end. It's weird, man. But here we go. It's a cheers to you all. It is Wednesday, April 17th. For those of you on the replay, this will have been done on Wednesday evening, April 17th. And yeah, so thank you for checking out the music on the intro, and I'm glad it didn't glitch for you. It was glitching like hell for me. Like every 30 seconds, it was skipping beats. It's you, Prof, not me. All right, so let's say hello to everybody. Let's back it on up. Wow, what a day. What a day. My day was just full. Okay, first in the house was Phoenix. Welcome in. What up to you? What up to you? Welcome back in. Good to see you. All right. Hey, Amy with the flowers. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, Jojo. What up, Jojo? Jojo came in, and Laurenelle. What up, Laurenelle? Judy Hathaway and Lisa. All right, everyone, all the regulars, thank you for coming in. It's really an honor, and it's great to see you. Let's see. Deanna says, howdy. Howdy, cowboy. Howdy, cowgirl. All right. Hi, Amy. I've missed a lot. I've been busy packing to move, trying to get all caught up with all I missed. Well, there's been a lot happening, and I don't even, I guess we can go into it before the presentation, but I don't have it pulled up for you, but I'll read it for you. Let's see. Kayla says, hello, everyone. Hello, Kayla. How are the puppies? All right. Yeah, if you think it's a full-time job keeping up, it's a full-time job doing these shows, even when I take days off. I told a friend earlier today, I had to take a break from all the bullshit. Needed a couple days. All right. Don Steele, welcome in. And August Barnes. Hello, August. Good to see you back as well. And Frenchie6290. All right. What's up, French? All right. The Royal We. Welcome in, Royal We. All right. Frenchie forgot to put in the song request, but hey, French, we played it last time, so you got it. We'll do it again soon. All right. Are we there yet? I apologize, guys. I'm serious. 15 of those 20 minutes, I was over here sweating bullets trying to get a single PDF uploaded, listening to the computer glitch and thinking, is the music glitching for the audience? All right, so 9-mile skid on a 10-mile ride. All right. Hope you're here for truth. More truth than garbage, I heard earlier. Ooh, roaming these YouTube streets, you're liable to end up in some trashy ass neighborhoods. 90%. All right. What up, Four Pits and Precusant, says Phoenix. Yeah, what up, Precusant? And JoJo says Four Pits, sweet dude. All right, all you guys coming in late. There she is. Coming in rowdy as always. Carol swinging that saloon door open and ready to kick some ass. All right, you guys. Rough one today. Steering box in the Ram took a shit doing 50 in a rainstorm. That's what's up. Ooh. 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 I got sent to the hospital today as the patient. Oh, really? Freckle Joy. Is it for the thing you were going through last week? Or is that still got you hemmed up right now? Sorry to hear that. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, yeah, it's that post eclipse blues, man. It's the post eclipse blues. That's what we're all dealing with. What up, Bill? Bill, what up? Hello, Prof, and everyone. Well, hello, Bill. Thanks for coming in. What up? All right. Yeah. Freckles and Four Pits. I've been dealing with a lot too. I've been dealing with a lot. All right, hi friends. Good to see everyone. Digital, what up, Digital? Digital rolling on in. Fashionably late, but hey, not too late because damn, I was 20 minutes late. So you're just 5. All right. Drug gang retaliation, says French. Anybody into Idaho get into the proximity to the Nez Perce Reservation? I'm undecided on Brian Koberger. I haven't watched a ton. Seems like there could be some drug stuff involved. Got my hand rammed into a corner of a table by a 517-pound patient on a 150-pound gurney. It hurt so bad my knees went naked and I dropped to the floor. Did anything break? Did anything break, Freckle? Okay, I see you. Damn, man, it just never stops. It just never stops over here. All right, sound is good. Thank you for informing me. Oh yeah, I love when I get a good sound check. Is that true, French? That's a mighty bold claim, Frenchie. That's a mighty bold claim. All right. It hit a nerve and a blood vessel, so now I have a blood-filled bruise, hematoma. Oof. What up, Bill? Yeah, what up? Okay. All good. Rochelle's coming in extra lovely with the super chat. Thank you so much, Rochelle. You're just amazing. Okay, we got a young, peppy prof. I don't know. What is young, brother? All right. I'm trying to get to this coffee. Give me a moment. All right. That coffee's going to make me young and peppy. All right. All right. My boy says no to the glitch and music was fine, so I'm all good. I'm all good. All right. All right. Look, Noe Amos in the house. Welcome in, Noe. Hey, Noe, we got a lot of chit chat to do. I want to talk shit. I want to talk shit tonight, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Hopefully, Noe hangs around. We're learning about my favorite moron tonight. I don't know what that means, digital, but I'm going with it. I'm going with it. What up, Noe? All right. Ruckus's live stream was an old man yelling at the sky. Well, that guy's unhinged. That guy is fucking unhinged. Well, according to Ruckus, there are no caves and never were in Delphi. Although I posted all the photographs and also a written example about a month ago. Yes, there are and were caves along Deer Creek, and but no, Ruckus will swear on his mother's grave that there's no caves. Back that ass up to the window, to the wall. Get low, get low. All right, Lisa. Zero Cool. All right, you're welcoming in. You're welcomed in, even though I keep an eye on you, Zero Cool. All right. Zero Cool has troll farm affiliations, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's by association. So okay, Nancy Drew 101 says, "Good evening, Prof and chat. What up, Nancy Drew and the puppies and the sleuths?" Hey, hello, Caroline Catastrophe, the beautiful. Hello, everyone. Hope you heal up quick, Freckle Joy. Yeah, you were cleared. Okay, poor Freckle Joy has been going through a couple weeks of health crises, but I have too. I told you I've been going through since November. I'm still going through a health crisis since November, guys. I'm not going to go on and on about it. What's up with Randy Gravett Troll Farm video about windows in the interrogation room? Well, he's on another level. He's on another level. All right. Yeah, they're really upset. I mean, look, hey, we got to talk real talk, okay? Real talk. So here's the thing. Defense attorneys do the work of defense attorneys, okay? So here's the interesting thing about these people. You got it's twofold, okay? You got two sides here. They're ragging on the defense attorneys doing defense attorney shit, and they're sucking the balls of the prosecutor and law enforcement. So it's two sides. It's nasty. And it's like, yeah, well, anyone can rag on about defense attorneys doing defense attorney shit, and you can't blame them for that. Like the exaggerated shit, like, yeah, he's interviewed in a small room. Well, interrogation rooms are small. He's kept in a place with a tiny window. Yeah, jail cells are typically fairly windowless. He's lied to by the interrogator. Well, yeah, that's what cops do. That's what detectives do. So there's all this defense attorney shit that they're just putting in there to not leave anything out, and you can't blame them for that. It's defense attorney shit. But instead of talking about that shit, how about we talk about the actual shit? The railroading, the cover up, the malfeasance on the side of the prosecutor, on the side of the Carroll County sheriffs, on the side of the Indiana State Police, and on the side of the judge. Let's talk about all the malfeasance, the misconduct, the lying, the railroading, the cover up, the Masonic Lodge affiliation among all of these people. Let's talk about that shit, okay? Because that's the shit that can be elucidated. And fuck the defense attorney shit. Do I give a shit about the defense attorney shit? No, I don't. I don't give a shit that he's interrogated in a small room and that Holman's an asshole to him. Because that's, Holman's being a fucking asshole cop. They're all being assholes. It's defense attorney shit. I don't give a shit about that shit. Okay, what I do give a shit about is the state behaving as criminals. And that don't fly. So can we make that the talking points here instead of like the dumb minutia, the minuscule shit that is not worth even talking about? Okay, sorry. I went off, Noah. You triggered me. Okay. Frenchie put it a little differently. Says Randy isn't all theirs, but he's troll farm nonetheless. Randy Gravett, troll farm. Bypass that liver, caffeine up the wazoo. Sweet dude, look, it's one-way traffic. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. I did something similar years ago. Put my hand under cold water and started to feel nauseous. I proceeded to pass out and hit my head on the stove. What's all blood pressure? That's blood pressure stuff. You know, the that vagus nerve or whatever it is. If that shit, I forget how it all works, but you know, it's easy to pass out in various ways, from pain, from fright, from blood pressure. Last week, guys. Okay, yeah, blah 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 blah. Mullen says digital. Yeah, that's the topic of the night. Mullins is the biggest moron. You don't even want to meet it. Pardon me? Nerves in your hands and feet are trippy. Yeah, you guys ever had blood sugar problems? I mean, the peripheral neuropathy is extremely it's concerning and it's painful and it doesn't make sense. Okay. All right. All right. Let's fucking go. Welcome in, Scott. Okay. I probably would have passed out, Frecklejoy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have too, Frecklejoy. No one's blaming you for hitting the floor. Leave a thumbprint and subscribe, please. Oh yeah, while we're at it, hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn the bell to all if you want to get notified when we go live, because people always complain they don't get the notification. Well, you know why. You know why. Randy said he took that photo. I asked him about it, but he didn't answer. Heller, that one doesn't make sense. You guys go get on Randy's ass about the photo that we're still trying to figure out. Yeah. That one doesn't make sense. You guys go and figure out how to get an answer out of Randy, please. Pelican gaslighting. Where are the pelicans? All the pelicans. Circle jerking. Okay, rusty trombones. I mean, the pelicans. They put on some new disguises. They got tired of being called pelicans, and they put on some new disguises. But we'll be talking about that later. Okay. All right. Violating American rights to make a conviction is a real problem. Well, there we go. There we go. That's the problem. Like bitching about that he's in a small place when he's interrogated, that, you know, like Holman's mean, Holman lied, all the dumb shit that happens with every single interrogation. Let's not nitpick on that. That's called defense, including that in their documentation. Okay, it's no fucking big deal, Randy. What we're actually concerned with is the attempted railroading of this individual and the lying on the PCA by Liggett and all the other shit and the unhinged shit from the prosecutor, still developing and giving up some. By the way, we're going to read that in a moment. Some discovery and all this. So yeah, do not enter. Okay, but Prof. Richard Allen could escape through the window. I mean, if he keeps not eating and eating his feces, he probably could escape through a 2-inch window. You know, he's basically deteriorating down to bones. All right. First 3 minutes in the live, he did about the photo a day or two ago. Oh, digital. Paste it, brother. Paste it. Paste that in the chat, and I'll make sure I go watch that. That doesn't make any sense at all. I have peripheral neuropathy in both feet. Best thing is to keep moving. Oh, it sucks. I'm sorry for you, Kayla. Okay. All right. Well, looks like I've caught up with the goddamn chat. I caught up, so we can get started. Pelican Part Fox. The trolls are learning. Okay. Some of that interrogation stuff speaks to case law, but Randy can't understand it. Neither can Troll Farm. I mean, none of the Troll Farm can understand any logic or ethics or anything whatsoever, because all they're interested in doing is covering up for the murders of these 2 baby girls in Delphi and the 4 baby girls in Florida. So the Troll Farm's number one interest is the cover up of these murders. Therefore, they cannot conceive of anything actually relevant. Liggett Liggett full of shit. You must have quit. Bill, can we steal that and make that the new slogan here? Liggett's full of shit. You must have quit. All right. He needs to escape out of a window. He's definitely being detained. All right. So yeah. So where are we? Let's see. All right. Before I get started, let's do this. Awesome, Bill. Nice. That's nice. That's nice, man. Okay, hold up. Let me try to get this together for you. I'll have to read it. Okay. I have to read it. So this says, when I saw the money raised on Sunday, I looked forward to all the temper tantrums this week, and they did not disappoint. Hey, well, I'm not a big fan of the way that was accomplished, okay? Because, that guy right there, he went on the attack against me and Noe real bad, and he did not apologize. He did not remove the streams in which he attacked us. So I give two fucks about that little guy. I think he's a little douche, but I understand that there is appreciation for him somehow encouraging the raising of money. And I have no problem with the raising of money because I feel the more expert witnesses we have all the way around on both sides, I think that the more vigorous a fight we will see, and therefore the more truth should come out of the whole situation. So that's why I'm all about, give them all the money they need. Shit, raise it to 50, raise it to 100. I don't care how much money they get. I want them to hire a whole bunch of fucking experts that are going to challenge the statements of the state and the prosecutor. And hey, let the best man win on each argument, on each piece. But no, the assholes. Okay, the assholes. The little fucker. He should first of all apologize publicly, and secondly, he should remove the couple streams where he basically grouped Noe and I into the troll farm and treated us like shit. So until the little fucker makes things right, along with the unraveling and the others, they can all kick rocks, suck the nuts, get the fuck out of here. Because I told you, I owe allegiance to no one. I'm not ganging up with a bunch of assholes who don't treat me right, just because we have some similarities in our thoughts about a vigorous defense. So I believe I'm owed some apologies and some making it right. And so that's how I feel. And so you're bringing up this thing right here. You sent me off on a tangent. So hey, it is what it is. I ain't got no friends in here. Okay, Randy said he zoomed the photo. He didn't take it. He just zoomed it in. Okay, from what though? That's the question. From what? Could say, from what did he zoom it? From what did he zoom it, Fritchie? That's my question. Where was the original? Fuck the zoom. I want to know, where did it come from, period. Okay. He appeals to a certain audience. Yeah, the libtard, fucking snowflake, irrational, gaslighting. Even if Richard Allen is guilty, we're still going to support him no matter what crowd. Yes, those people. Okay. So yeah, I give no fucks, Precascent. The thing is, look, if you like him, go sit in his chat. And he totally went the wrong direction. He lumped me and Noe in with the troll farm. He went really hard on us for no reason. He's full of shit. He can kiss my ass. And so can his friends. And so can everyone in his chat. And I see them all. And so I'm highly offended by the behavior. I'm highly offended by the names I've been called. And I've been sent screenshots, so I know what they are. And so, yeah. All the people supporting that, I challenge you. Why would you support that when you know I'm over here doing the right thing? So we got a problem here. We got a problem. There was no reason to attack me. Okay. Little fucker come into this. attacking me for no reason. Okay, that's bullshit. And I'm challenging you guys. I give zero fucks. Go make it right. Make him make it right, or choose a side. Because I owe allegiance to no one. No one's helped me out in this. All this has done is hurt me. It's hurt my family. It's hurt my child. It's hurt my peace of mind, and it's hurt my pocketbook. Okay, this whole endeavor has done nothing but cost me. So I'm not over here begging for viewers or begging for loyalty. Like, fuck anyone who has anything to say. I sit in my channel, do what I want, and I'm very frustrated by the across the board attacks. Okay, you don't hear the voicemails that I get. You don't read the emails that I get. You don't watch the live streams with motherfuckers going off of me like I deserve it. So, I'm fucking done with it. He called me a pedophile. But you're sending him money. Okay, he called me a pedophile, but you're sending him money. You're giving him likes. You're watching his live streams, and then you're coming over here and participating in mine. So he is full of shit. And like I said, there's one way to make things right, and that's to make them right. Basically apologize, delete, fix. Okay. Well, you must have missed those streams, Freckle Joy, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, fuck the dude. He has to fix it, or it won't be fixed. Same with the girls. Okay, all those girls in his chat, they fucked with me too. And I got the screenshots. I know the words they called me and all of this shit. And I'm fucking sick of it. So yeah, fuck them, fuck him, fuck all of you who have anything to do with them. So let's move on. Oh, hey, sorry, Deanna. I'm just going off on a tangent. I'm going off on a tangent because of the bullshit. That's why I needed to take a few days. Okay, it's the bullshit. Because I've been sitting here for a year getting attacked. Okay, my police have been called, my CPS have been called, my telephone has been called a number of times, my email gets blown up, I was hacked, I was stalked when I visited Indiana. Okay, I'm sick of all the fucking bullshit. And you guys go supporting people who align with these people, and it pisses me off. So if you don't know that it's going on, yeah, it's been going on. And he hasn't made it right. He accused you of sending Kay West to attack him. Yes, he did. And claimed he was mad because he went on Rick's name. Yeah, he claimed I was mad. I wasn't mad. I said I'm having nothing to do with anyone who goes support Rick's name. He accused me of going after Laura and tried to ruin her career, which is a total lie. I didn't do shit to Laura other than make a few funny shorts. Well, yeah, and it's in the past. Here's the deal, though. Those live streams are still up, and no apology. So anyway, before we get into Stephen Mullen, I really did ruin the first half of the show. I'm probably gonna have to cut this out to make this a worthwhile show. Drunks are the worst. I'm telling you, worse than a meth head or heroin addict. Yeah. Hey, welcome in, Henneth. Henneth. Gosh, my mind's racing because of the coffee and all the shits on my mind. Hello to all. I apologize for my ignorance, but who are we talking about? I literally stopped following 99% of the Delphi accounts. I listen here and I like Michelle Walks. Well, thank you. That's a compliment, Kenneth. I think Michelle's awesome, and I think I'm awesome, and I think you're awesome. So thanks for those kind words. And yeah, it's good to see you back. It's been a minute since I've seen you, but I know who you are. Drunks are terrible, man. Alcoholics are the worst. I hate them. Randy Gravitt is an awesome person. Leave him alone. Mustang, you know what that kind of statement gets you? Let me show you. Let me show you what that gets you. It gets you the fuck out of here. That's where that gets you. Randy Gravitt is troll farm and he's an asshole. Okay? So yeah, you're out of here. You're banned. Yeah, we weren't talking about Randy at this half. We said a few words about Randy, just basically that he's troll farm. Randy is troll farm. I mean, it's fact. Come on. Okay. Coffee is good. Okay. +1 for coffee. Hey, man, look. Look, guys, I'm almost done with my damn coffee. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, so here we go. Look, I'm going to read to you 2 extremely important documents. You will find these on the Prof's True Crime. Hey, Amy, would you post the Prof True Crime link? It's basically just the Prof's True Crime, or the Prof True Crime on YouTube. It's my little backup channel. And over there on the community page, I posted both of these filings from 2 days ago, Monday. Okay. All right. So listen, the first one is this one. Now look, if you don't think these are highly concerning, I got to tell you. So if you go here to the Prof True Crime, you'll see these on the community page. Okay, the first one says, it's called, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with this. I mean, you are all obsessive Delphi watchers. It's called State's Notice of Submission of Supplemental Witnesses, Exhibit List to the Defense. Okay, this is filed by Slick Nick McClellan. Comes now the state of Indiana by its prosecuting attorney, Master Mason Nicholas C. McClellan, and respectfully notifies the court that the state has turned over a supplemental witness exhibit list to the defense outlining the witnesses the state may call and the state may use at trial. The state, oh, let's pause. Okay, let's pause because I don't want you guys to miss a single thing. Okay. So this is 2 parts. This is a 2-part deal. So that was your first part. The state has submitted a supplemental witness and exhibit list. So they submitted a list of exhibits and witnesses they may call. Okay. Part 2. This is the one that is extremely concerning to the highest degree. And I have been saying that this would happen to you guys. I've been saying it. Actually, if you were to go listen to the previous show, the one I just did maybe Friday or Sunday, whatever the previous live stream I just did was, I said to you, watch it. The state's going to wait to the last minute to drop discovery onto these people, okay, onto the defense. Now watch it. The state has also turned over additional discovery that has come into its possession. Is anyone concerned? Is anyone in the chat concerned that Slick Nick tried to slip this little one on in a single sentence as to not call attention to it? As to not call attention to the gravity of the situation, little Slick Nick slipped that little teeny tiny in there, right? As is his habit, I'm sure. The state has also turned over additional discovery that has come into its possession. That's called the plausible deniability. Okay? They just got it, has come into its possession. You just got additional discovery. So do we know what it is? Nope. But we just got additional discovery. Okay, that's one thing. Now, remember, part 1 is that there's a witness exhibit list, and now slick number 2 is, hey, we got some additional discovery, and we just got it. The state may supplement the list if new witnesses and or exhibits are obtained, or if the state deems that additional witnesses and or exhibits are necessary. So notice how he sandwiches that, or he bookends it. He bookends the bomb drop. Very slick, very slick. So the bomb drop in this entire document is the state has also turned over additional discovery that is coming in possession. That's the fucking bomb drop. Okay, but notice how he bookends it with the following sentence, the state may supplement the list. No shit, okay? Of course you may supplement the list. So that's a Slick Nick, highly concerning document. So like I said to you guys, I would not be surprised if the week before trial, he pulls another Slick Nick again and does the same thing again. Just watch. Okay. Document number 2. Okay, document number 2 is called, it's a defense filing by Razi. It's called Defendant's Notice of Submission of Supplemental Witness and Exhibit List to the State. Comes now Defendant Richard M. Allen by Counsel Bradley A. Razi, and respectfully notifies the court that the defense has turned over a supplemental witness and exhibit list to the state, outlining the witnesses the defense may call and the exhibits the defense may use at trial. The defense may supplement the list if new witnesses and or exhibits are obtained, or if the defense deems that additional witnesses and or exhibits are necessary. Basically verbatim to the Slick Nick, except discovery. Okay. So you think about this, that we are how far? We're a month away from trial. Okay, a month away from trial. All right, so let's see what I missed here. Raffi has the best grab it humor. Long live Raffi. Yeah, long live Raffi. I mean, Raffi knows I love him. He does. I got to tell you guys something. Raffi is the reason that Four Pits and I get along today. Okay. Raffi was the mediator who made peace between Pit Bulls and I. And that's true. And when you look at Raffi, you have to think that he took it upon himself to make us make peace with each other. And that was a tall order. That was a big task. And Raffi, in his own skillful way, did it nearly effortlessly. Okay, nearly effortlessly. And I know Four Pits can attest to that. Lauren L says, oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, the chat skipped around on me. Rick is my uncle. Oh my God, I am sorry. He always been the way he is on YouTube. Always has to be right. He's intelligent, doesn't use it for good. Nope. No, he's a stalker harasser. I wasn't going to say nothing about him, but he has been ridiculous. Yeah, well, Rick has been horrendous to all of us. All right. French. Well, I tried to ask him about it. I don't know if he understood what he said. Who knows? Okay. He ruined Thanksgiving one year so bad my mom stopped going to family holiday events. You can't make this shit up. Noe, did you hear that? Yeah, I miss Raffi too. But hey, I learned a lot from Raffi also. I got to say that. Because Raffi always says no one gives him credit. Bullshit, I do. I give Raffi credit. Okay. Lisa says expected this. Yeah. Yeah, it's concerning, isn't it? It's concerning. This is why the Speedy was so necessary, so Nick couldn't have time to be slick. Yeah, but he's still fucking being slick. He's still being slick. Yeah, you see how he slipped that in? Like, he thought that would slip by us. He's just going to stick in one sentence and then bookend it so that you don't really notice that one huge fucking bomb drop he just dropped on us. It's a huge turd, just boom, like an elephant dung. He just dropped an elephant dung turd right on everyone, just right on our heads. Boom. As if we wouldn't notice. You don't know who Raffi is, Deanna? Oh, God. He's the grandpa. He's the grandpa. Look, Raffi is the Delphi Truth grandpa. He's a father figure. He's an old daddy. He'd be big daddy. Okay. I have a feeling that this trial is only for show. With all the shenanigans going on, Richard Allen will get a new trial on appeal if he's found guilty. Well, that would be great too. There's no penalty when prosecutor turns over discovery this late. Yeah, where's the laws? I mean, this is the thing. I'm not an attorney, and we had a few attorneys watching us. I think they're probably pissed at me because I'm not just totally shilling for the defense either. So because I don't totally shill for the prosecutor or defense, I'm right down the middle. I think the attorneys might be pissed with me, so they're not watching anymore. But uh, but they could answer that question because I know that this. See, this is the thing about Slick Nick in the state. They have consistently broken all the rules. They have consistently delayed by weeks, months, and almost a year all kind of necessary discovery and cooperation. So who knows? Who knows about the legality? And I know that there are the whole waiting to the last minute to drop discovery. It's totally illegal. It doesn't fly. But watch it. Okay, watch it happen. Watch it happen because the judge is going to allow it. This woman is crazy. She's unhinged. She doesn't care about the appearance of partiality or anything. She just goes ahead and she's down with the railroad. She's the engineer. She's like the engineer. I'll tell you guys a story before we get into our document. Uh, Maybe I shouldn't tell it. Yeah, I'll tell it. I'll tell it. I'll tell it. Okay, I'm sure the troll farm will love it because they'll clip it and try to make me seem like a drug head. But back in the day, I was with a band who traveled. Okay, we traveled. We were a band and we traveled. Do you know what the new discovery is? No one does. Nope. Well, no, the attorneys do. The attorneys do. But yeah, we traveled, and so we were going cross country on the Amtrak, uh, and we decided for some strange reason that it'd be a good idea to go and smoke a joint in the baggage car. Okay, we said, hey, let's go smoke this. So the whole band. Well, I think it was four of us, so maybe one or two members wasn't down with it, so they hung out. But we all went to the baggage car. Okay, so so we all going through the Amtrak train. It's no joke. Like it's difficult. So we make it all the way through. We go through the employee quarters, and then we hit the baggage car. We go into that baggage car, and we all sit down and we smoke this joint. And just as soon as we're done with it, just as soon as we're done with it, we're just like getting ready to come on out of there. And as we're walking out, like literally, we're in a line, kind of single file, kind of walking out of that baggage car, and here comes the engineer into the baggage car and we meet head on. And he's this little guy. He's probably like 5'2", 140 pounds, whatever. And the first thing he starts doing is yelling at the top of his lungs. He's just like, you get your ass off this train at the next stop. This is my train. And man, we all looked at each other like, oh shit. And this guy he turned, he turned like cherry red and all his face wrinkled up and and basically after he calmed down, he went on and on about how he's the judge, jury, the prosecutor, judge, jury, executioner, sheriff. It's his train. He's the law. Whatever he says on his train goes. And that's when I realized that, oh, that's what an engineer does. The head conductor or whatever they're called on the train, the head guy, he makes the shot. He calls the shots on the train. So if he stops at that next stop and puts whoever he wants off, he's the law. He's the law. He's the law on the train. And anyway, I mean, that was 20 years ago or more, 25. Let me think. That would have been around 99. So yeah, 25 years ago. 25 years ago. 25 years ago. And I remember it like it was yesterday because it was a stressful moment, you know, because obviously, first of all, you shouldn't be participating out on the train, but also no one should be in that baggage car, because in the baggage car, you could go in there and steal stuff out of people's baggage. And he was probably equally irate that we were in the baggage car where no civilian's supposed to be, you know, no customer's supposed to be in there. And he's equally enraged that, you know, we were partaking what we partaking. So yeah, he was on fire. He was upset. But the reason I told the whole story is to say that this is what the judge is, right? This is what the judge is. She's like that conductor. She's in charge of this railroad. Okay, they're railroading this guy, and she's that guy. Uh, so anyway, that's our documents as far as those go. And so now it's time to get into serious business. Okay, so let me pull this up, and I'll be right back. All right, so let's make sure we're on the same page here before I start. Okay, so you remember last time we went over Todd Click's testimony in an episode, and then we went over Amber Holder's extremely concerning statements. Okay, and this is from the what is it? The March 18th, 2024 hearing, March 18th. Today we're going to go over Steve Mullen, and yeah. Okay, so we're going to start here on line 7. Mr. Baldwin says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. I apologize. I wanted to ask the court to take judicial notice of the Frank's memo as it relates to this request to dismiss charges. That included Jerry Holman's deposition. I would also ask for the court to take judicial notice." Well, I was going to move to admit, well, I think the Frank's memo, taking judicial notice that will be sufficient for what I need to do and argue. Thank you. When did you file the Frank's motion? September 18, 2023. All right, I will take judicial notice of that specific Frank's motion filed September 18, 2023. And the exhibits contained in it, Judge, as also part of that. Oh, and the supplemental Frank's, the second Frank's motion as well, we'd ask for, and its exhibits as well. That was filed, I believe, October 3rd, 2023. So you don't wish me to take judicial notice of the supplemental motion for Frank's hearing that you filed on October 2nd? I do. I must have. I thought it was October the 3rd. It was October the 2nd. Well, there was one filed October 2nd, and then there was one filed October 3rd. And then there was one more recent, and I'll just throw that in as well for you to take judicial notice of the one filed a week or two ago. I don't remember the date for the purposes of this argument. And when did you file that one? I don't have it at the tip of my tongue here. It was a week, probably 2 weeks ago. I don't see that one filed 2 or 3 weeks ago. Give me a second. I just don't have it, but I know it was filed. Well, I can't take judicial notice of something you can't tell me about. March 13th? March 13th. Well, I'll take judicial notice of the Frank's motions filed September 18, October 2nd, October 3rd, and March 13th. Judge, does that include all of the exhibits, which I'm asking for judicial notice of all the exhibits as well? I don't see the exhibits attached to this last one. Yeah, I don't think there were on that one. And I don't see exhibits from the ones in October either. Then just the first one. Okay, Ms. Diener, you may proceed. Thank you. Okay, so why did I go through all of that? Just to reiterate the fact that I was telling you that the Franks memorandum and all of the supplemental or the additional Franks 1, Franks 2 and 3, okay, those have been constantly reiterated throughout this process, which with nearly every filing from the court or every motion. So you're going to continue to see the this Franks is something they're not letting go of, especially this 136 pages. So just keep that in mind that what we just heard happen is that he asked for judicial notice be taken of all the Franks and all the exhibits related to the Franks. So you got that. So we'll move on. Okay, so here we'll do a direct exam of Steve Mullen. Okay. This is Miss Diener. Officer Mullen, you've already been on the stand today, but I'm going to have you repeat some of that information since this is a separate hearing for a separate purpose. Okay, yes. Please state your full name, spell your first and last name, and tell us where you're employed. Stephen L. Mullen. I'm an investigator with the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office. And when did you begin as a prosecutor investigator? 2020, January. Okay, the investigation for Abby and Libby was well underway by that time, was it not? Yes, it was. What was your position in 2017 when the murders occurred? I was chief of police in Delphi. And I believe we covered this as well. How many total years did you have in law enforcement? 42. I believe you've indicated that you've been with the Delphi PD and then with the Carroll County Sheriff's Department as a detective, then back with the city as a chief, and now with the prosecutor's office. Is that correct? That is correct. And what is your role in the prosecutor's office with regard to the state versus Richard Allen? I handle and manage the evidence, most of the evidence, in the Richard Allen case, and process it, make sure the defense has it in discovery. So you're cataloging it, keeping track of what's passed along to the defense. Is that correct? I am, yes. Okay, the court. I'm sorry, Miss Diener, whose phone is going off? It almost sounds like it's in the next room. I apologize, Your Honor, says Baldwin. What a wreck. Oh, it is ringing. Okay, McClellan. Judge, there's a phone right here, too. I don't know what it is. It was turned off, but now it's on. Is this yours also, Mr. Baldwin? Yeah, I can grab that later. I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt your... Are you familiar with the Brad Holder interview in 2017? I am. Is there only one? That's correct. Ms. Diener, may I approach? Yes, you may. Mr. Mullen, I'd like to show you what is marked as State's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize that document? Yes, I do. Okay, and how would you describe it? This is what's called an Orion document. In other words, it's a narrative or report which Special Agent Adam Pohl created after his interview with Brad Holder. And that narrative was placed into the Orion, FBI Orion RMS report system. That is part of discovery, is that correct? Yes, it is. And that interview was on that date. It was done according to the report on February 17 of 2017. And is Agent Pohl with what agency? Agent Pohl is a special agent with the FBI. And he was assisting at that time? Yes. With the investigation? Yes, is correct. State would move to admit Exhibit 1. No objection. All right, without objection, 1 is admitted. Okay. You indicated that report is part of Orion and would be contained in discovery. With regard to the preparation for today's hearing, are there other places that you know that particular narrative to be located within discovery? Yes. That narrative would also be in the FBI general reports that were furnished to us in discovery. And did you prepare records? Oh, Judge, may I go back to Exhibit 1? We would ask that it be admitted under seal because it is discovery that has a protective order and contains discovery information. I think it would be appropriate. It's the report, no objection, of Brad Holder. All right, I'll show that it's sealed then. So I'm sorry, you compared documents with regard to discovery on each disclosure or each disbursement to defense. Is that correct? Yes. I'd like to show you what is marked as State's Exhibit 2 Just check all the pages. Make sure you recognize the entire document. Do you recognize that 19-page document? Yes. And how would you describe the contents of that exhibit? This is an example of the itemized list of discovery which was given to the defense, and they signed for this document. Signed the document as having reviewed the items listed in each page. So you use this to keep track of what you've given to them and on what date it was provided. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Judge, may I leave a copy with him in order to? Sure. State would move to admit Exhibit 2 under seal. No objection. All right, without objection, 2 is admitted and sealed. Now, can you point to the document and provide to us information about when this narrative report of Special Agent Foll from February 17, 2017 interview of Brad Holder would have been provided? That report should have been provided in the disbursement titled 04 Allen, dated as received by an agent from Mr. Razi's office on February 13th, 2023. And when you look at the discovery disclosure, that's number 4. By looking at that, would a person unfamiliar with the evidence drives or how they're named know that this report is contained within that discovery disclosure? That disclosure says that there was a 3.5-inch SATA internal hard drive containing the files 04 Allen with several files and also a box containing hard drives. This also contained the FBI documents then. And we also maintained a copy of whatever was given to the defense and a quantification of the data that was given to them on site in a particular file that goes along with this document. And so the report that you identified as in Exhibit 1, you identified it as an Orion report. And you believe it to be contained in disclosure number 4. 04. 04, yes, yes. And that was on February 13th of 23. That's correct. And then in preparation for today, did you also print out screenshots that would show what is contained within discovery disclosure number 4 to be certain that the FBI reports, the Orion reports, and the state police reports were all contained therein? I did. Here's the state's exhibit number 3. Can you identify that? It is 3 pages. I can. Can you describe it for the court? This is a screenshot taken from the computer screen, which displayed the files which were contained in this February 13th of 2023 dispersal of evidence. It shows the FBI files, Indiana State Police files, some search warrants, the 04 discovery receipt actually, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Excel documents, which quantify the data contained on the hard drive. And then on the subsequent pages, what does that provide for reference? Thank you. The subsequent page, the next page, shows the Indiana State Police report, which at this time was redacted. And it shows 3 separate files. They received 3 separate files because the report in their system was too large for one particular case report. The next page shows the file which had the FBI general reports in it. And then the next one is an Orion. The download of the Orion file dated December 2nd, 2022. Now the investigator, Now the interview by Agent Poll of Brad Holder was subsequently discovered that the audio-video recording was no longer available. Is that correct? That is correct. Can you describe the circumstances and how you learned that it was no longer available? Where would you like me to begin? Start with the description of where the interview recording was kept. At the beginning of the investigation, we started out at the Delphi Police Department, and at that time as chief, I had just installed a new interview system. It was a DVR, which we had put in because we didn't have anything sufficient in the county to be able to record interviews within the city of Delphi. So as we used the facility at the Delphi Police Department for the investigation process, it became natural for everyone to use the interview room at the city police department, which was located downstairs inside the police department. And as interviews were conducted, officer would go into the interview room, flip on the switch on the outside, illuminate a blue light to indicate the recording was operating. And then when they concluded, they would shut the interview room down, I guess he means, the recording off by turning the switch off. The DVR was located inside the squad room at the police department, and it was sitting on top of a filing cabinet. At that time, I was more or less obtaining the video off the DVR for the officers at their request, so they could attach it to their reports. And you were not part of the lead agencies for this investigation, is that correct? As chief of police, I was not part of the investigation, but I had become part of the unified command somehow. Because of your position as chief of police in Delphi? Yes. And so the lead agencies would be whom, if you know? Indiana State Police, Carroll County Sheriff Department, and obviously the FBI. Okay, you guys heard that, right? You heard that. Okay, so tell us about the discovery of loss of video that includes the Brad Holder February 17th, 2017 interview. Around August of 2017, I went into the police department to recover a video off of the DVR, which I believe was unrelated to this particular case, and noticed that the DVR was recording continuously. That meant that any video that was on the DVR prior to the date where it was recorded up to was gone, and it was no longer there, no longer recoverable. I, through my investigation, found that the last date of the interview was either the 19th or 20th of February 2017. So unfortunately, all of the interviews that had been conducted during that period of time and after the homicide was discovered up to that date were gone. Immediately when I discovered that the recorder was recording continuously, I unplugged it and contacted the vendor, and we determined that the videos were gone, and that somehow the settings had been changed in the DVR to only record when the switch was activated to record continuously. And we have no idea how it could have happened. That seems, I'm just pausing. Something don't smell right. Okay, the prof's hound dog nose is sensing that something don't smell right in this paragraph here. Something don't smell right with what he just said. So this is page 49. Okay, so let's pay attention to that. Page 49. Something don't smell right on page 49. Okay, we'll come back to it. And have you consulted with the vendor about that particular issue to discern whether it was from a person versus just a spontaneous event like electricity going out or unplugging the equipment? I have. I've talked to the vendor, and he has told me that on many occasions with the DVRs which he uses or sells, that a power surge or unplugging the DVR could change the settings in the DVR so that it would record continuously. So the murder of the girls is February 13th of 2017, or that's when they're reported missing, correct? Interesting way to phrase that. Yes. And the investigation began as soon as the bodies were found. That would be fair to say? Would that be fair to say? Yes. And then your discovery would indicate that interviews conducted in that interview room with that DVR were missing from 2014 until February 20th, but not including February 20th? What the hell? I think there was some still available to be seen on the 20th. Okay, there might be some missing, but some are there for the 20th. And I should also add that some of the audio was missing even for the times where there was actually video visible. So there may be video that's visible, but the audio randomly sometimes is not available to be heard. Okay, and did you or anyone that you know of intentionally leave the recording on so that it would delete interviews? Absolutely not. Do you consider this to be human error or just a spontaneous event with the DVR recording? That's the only explanation I can provide. That's not answering the question, dickhead. Now, during the time period, there was also a follow-up interview with Brad regarding Brad Holder. Is that correct? Follow-up interviews to finish the lead or tip investigation. Is that right? Can you be more specific in your question, please? Sure. When Brad Holder was initially interviewed, what was going on with the investigation during the first few days where officers would be like Special Agent Pohl? would be sent to make contact with someone. Can you describe for us what was going on? My recollection of the process was as each day would happen, we would start with a meeting at the beginning of the day, and tips and leads would be assigned to officers to follow up on, or throughout the day, as officers became available, they would follow up on tips and leads as they had time to do so. If people walked into the city building as a way to provide information to officers in the investigation, someone on station would take that interview and talk to the person who was providing the information. If someone came to the Carroll County Sheriff's Department, they would either be instructed to come to the police department so they could talk with them there, or, excuse me, a phone number or contact information would be forwarded to someone in the command structure so that could be followed up on as soon as possible. Okay, so see what he just said? And did you catch the, there's a psychological glitch right there. So basically that's some kind of tell. So what he's doing, he's covering his ass. He's basically saying that if someone came into the police department to give a tip, they'd send them over to the sheriff's department or give them a phone number. Okay. Makes me think they most likely just gave them phone numbers. Were instructions given on the morning of these daily meetings about the use of the DVR if someone wished to use it? Yes, they were instructed on as to how to turn on the recorder and how to be sure to turn it off afterwards. And when you discovered that it had been continuously running, did you look to see if someone had left the switch on, which would cause it to then continuously run? Thank you. I did, but I knew it wasn't on, because the switch was located in a very conspicuous location in the hallway at the police department. If I were to walk in the police department through the door from the outside, I would immediately see the blue light on the interview room switch, and I would realize somebody left it on, and so it would be turned off. On that day, there was no light on. Okay, and the actual hard drive in this DVR, how much data could it hold? I think it was 6 terabytes. My report reflects the size. It's quite a lot. A lot. Okay, so my question to you is, during this time period between when let's go back to the way the leads were conveyed. So you have these meetings each day. Officers come. You have this contact with them to give them instructions. Would it be fair to say that you have different officers pretty much every day, depending on who's available? It was quite fair to say there was different officers every day. There were officers who also worked, or who worked within the department, who were coming every day, but there were also officers that came outside of the Carroll County Sheriff's Department, Indiana State Police. There were officers from West Lafayette, Tippecanoe County Sheriff's Department, and others. In fact, Special Agent Adam Pohl and Hammond Police Sergeant Christopher Gootee appear on these reports. Or is it Gootee? Right. What? Are not local officers. No, they are not local to our area. So in what capacity were they at these meetings or assisting? Special Agent Pohl and Christopher Gootee were there to assist us in the process of following up on tips, and they, like others, would be there at the beginning of the day and receive instructions, or throughout the day receive new instructions on who to go interview and follow up on. Can you give us a brief description of what a person in their capacity would be asked to do when following up on a lead or tip in order to be useful to the investigation? They would seek out information from seek out the person they were needed to talk with, and then interview them concerning the information that was either provided about them or from them. And then if that person would there be anything about the person that might cause the officer to need to do more than just take an initial interview? For example, find out where they were on the day of February 13th or February 14th? Yes. All the officers were asked to follow up on that completely, or as much as possible, to determine where they were at on February 13th, around the time we believe the homicides were to have occurred. Okay, so that brings me back to Brad Holder. Before the video was lost or discovered lost in August of 2017, 6 fucking months, And after Special Agent Pohl did his interview on February 17th of 2017, was there additional follow-up with regard to Brad Holder that you know exists because of your intimate knowledge of discovery and taking care of reports with regard to the case? Yes, there is. And do you recall what it is? I'm sorry, do you recall what it is? Yes. I'm going to show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 4. I apologize. Can you identify that? There we go. Okay, sorry. Can you identify that? I can. Can you describe that for us? This is the report which was completed by Special Agent Rich Davies of the FBI. It details follow-up, which was done and relayed to him by Grid Officer, which is a task force officer assigned to FBI, Fred Rogers. Sorry, guys. Pardon me, guys. All right. Now, Fred Rogers. All right. This is a report which was completed by Special Agent Rich Davies of the FBI. It details follow-up which was done and relayed to him by Grid Officer Fred Rogers, where he followed up on Brad Holder's work history on the date of February 13th, 2017. And so that lead would be a follow-up, correct? Yes. And did the content of that provide information as to Brad Holder's whereabouts during that particular day when the murders were believed to have occurred? Yes, it did. Okay, and so with regard to the leads being assigned to officers, would this lead to a particular event in regard to the lead follow-up with unified command? Does it put it in a particular category? Is it considered completed for the time being? Yes. Okay, it completed the investigation concerning Mr. Holder. Unless something new becomes available? Correct. Okay, during the time period between when the first interview was taken and recorded and the date that you were made aware that the first recording is missing, 6 months. Are these the only interviews of Mr. Holder that occurred? Yes. Okay. And the second interview or second report really isn't an interview of Mr. Holder. It's a follow-up about Mr. Holder. Is that right? That's correct. So at the time that the video was lost, destroyed, whatever terminology one might want to use, was Brad Holder a key suspect in the case? No. The state would move for the admission of Exhibit 4 under seal. Any objection? No. I hadn't. Have you given it to me? All right, I'll show 4 is admitted without objection. Yeah, no objection, Judge. I'm sorry. What the hell is Baldwin doing? Like, I mean, he's being a goofball. Judge, I did admit Exhibit 3. No, did I admit Exhibit 3 that was the 3 pages of screenshots? You did not offer, no. The state would move to admit Exhibit 3 with regard to the screenshots. It's a 3-page document. Baldwin again doesn't object. Okay, all right, I'll show 3 is admitted without objection. In fact, during the first 7 days of the investigation from February 13 until February 20th, the period of time where the audio-video recordings are missing, was anyone considered a key suspect to your knowledge? To my knowledge, no. Do you have knowledge that Patrick Westphal was interviewed? Yes, I do. In February 2017? Yes, I do. I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 5. It has 2 pages. Can you identify that? I can. And what does that document contain? This is a report that would have been found in the FBI general reports given to the defense and discovery detailing an interview which took place on Sunday, February 19th, 2017, conducted by Special Agent Adam Pohl and Officer Guti with the Hammond Police Department, where they did an interview at Patrick Westphal residence of Patrick Westphal. And so this particular document also contained within discovery as previously testified to? Yes. In the same location as documents with regard to Brad Holder? Yes. In the FBI general reports and in Orion? It is, I believe it's in Orion. Yes. Okay, we're trying to blaze through this, guys. Oh, pardon me. I'm going to. All right. State would move to admit Exhibit 5. No objection, Baldwin says. Show 5 admitted without objection. Okay, there have been some questions raised about whether a video of Patrick Westphal exists or has been destroyed by the state. Do you have knowledge about that? One never existed. And what do you rely on for that information? They went to Patrick Westphal's residence. 1, it was uncommon for the FBI to record their interviews. 2, we talked with Special Agent Pohl, who told us he did not record the interview by any means and only memorialized it in his report. And just to reiterate, even though you've already answered this in a general sense, was Patrick Westphal a key suspect in 2017? No. Did you make any attempts to retrieve or somehow recreate lost video from the continuous play of the DVR? First of all, I contacted the vendor and we discussed options for recovery. And then I presented the DVR DVD to the Indiana State Police to see if they could recover the video. It was never recovered. Correct. In the discovery disclosures, did you share with the defense that the DVR for the time period of February 14th until the 20th had missing files, and if so, in what way? From my memory, I believe that I informed the agent from Mr. Razi's office that there were problems with some of the video and that they could try to recover whatever video they could, but they had in essence the same thing that we did. I did not document that in any way at the time of the release at that stage before they withdrew themselves from the case. That's a bullshit answer. Okay. Just a moment, please. All right, so on the discovery, disclosure, or transfer to the defense that we refer to as the 04, based on the number that's on the top, it's from February 13th of 2023. That contained these interviews in written form. But is that the same day or time when you would have transferred any audio recordings, or is it possibly on another day? I'm sorry, Ms. Diener, can you rephrase the question? Yeah, the 04 disclosure that you talked about that contained these written reports from FBI and Orion from February of 2017, if there was a video or if there were video recordings that were also given, would they have been at the same time or some other disclosure? I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly when I gave them what I gave them at this point. I'd have to look at my records to be able to refresh my memory. I'm sorry. That's okay. It's a lot of information. The defense specifically asked for a video of Brad Holder. Is that correct? Or for a video? Yes. And was a detailed response provided through a discovery disclosure? Yes. And indicated to them that there were lost recordings? Yes. And his was one of them? Yes. Was Brad Holder's the only recording that was lost? Heavens no. Okay. Heavens no. I'm not buying it, Mullen. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Mullen at all. Like he's fucking lying. He's Here's bottom line. Mullen's lying. He's covering his own ass and someone else's. Plural. Okay. And the recordings weren't just for this investigation, were they? There were other investigations that were probably conducted during that period of time in that same interview room that were destroyed as well. Do you have any way of recreating a list of all the interviews that happened during that time frame? I do not. And if the officers did what was expected, which is to write a narrative for the interview that was recorded, then where would that information be contained? It would be contained within the reports and narratives that the officer memorialized their interviews in either the state police reports, the FBI reports, or perhaps in the Orion RMS system, or even other agencies, or beyond those, yes, other agencies. And that's true. There were other agencies that did memorialize reports that we have turned over. But the court gave us a deadline of November 1st of 2023 to provide discovery, and you did everything you could to provide everything to them that we had. Yes, ma'am. In fact, that's what has been your directive from Prosecutor McClellan with regard to discovery and whether there should be decisions made about what we share and what we don't share. To share everything that we have with them, even to a fault. Okay, please stop texting. Please stop texting. Okay, let's see. Which means every tip that came in through the FBI tip line they've been provided? Absolutely. If we have a record of it, they have it. Yes. In the beginning, or when did you start discovery transfers to defense? I believe December the 7th of 2022. And that would have been shortly after their appointment, would it not? Yes. And it's been going on since then, as reflected in your documents that you prepared that are in Exhibit 2. Yes. Now, there's some discovery that continues to be given to them. Is that correct? Yes. Even though the deadline has passed. Yes. And some of that information is information you could not have had before the November 1st of 2023. Would that be fair to say? I'm sorry, I could not hear the question. That's okay. Some of the information you're giving to them, you could not have given to them before November 1st of 2023 because it didn't exist. Is this fair? Is that fair to say? Yes. For example, what would something like that be? Recently, we recovered some interviews the state police had located on one of their devices that had been recovered because of an inquiry about an interview that had taken place. That was furnished to us a few weeks ago, and we turned it over to defense as soon as we got it in our hands. And those interviews had actually been requested to be downloaded and attached to the state police records, was it not? Yes, and there was a report accompanying that evidence that was turned over to the defense. And specifically, the officer who located for you and did a supplement report. Yes, he did. Can you provide his name? Yes, that is Matthew J. Harper. Thank you. And then aren't you also providing information that comes in from the DOC? Yes. And so would that be discovery that was not available before November 1st? Yes. And just to be clear, before the protective order for discovery existed, were there challenges to discovery and the transfer that were then alleviated by the discovery protection order? Monstrous problems. And what were those problems? The redaction of the data to remove criminal record information, social security numbers, phone numbers, anything that might identify a person's personal information, which we had talked with or interviewed or followed up on in that 6 or 7 year period of time. And so once that protective order for discovery was granted, you then felt comfortable duplicating discovery and providing it to defense without redaction. Is that correct? Yes, because we had the assurance that information would not get out to the general public. Okay, I passed the witness. Okay, now let me stop here and say, you see how they're justifying this. You see how they're justifying this delaying of giving discovery and this very late discovery, just like I was referencing earlier today with the new announcement that more discovery has been delivered. So do you think this is going to stop? Is what I'm getting at. Do you think that this is going to stop? Okay. It's bullshit. Okay, Mullen, bullshit, bullshit. And I want to say something before I go any further. Here's what he says. He says he phone called the manufacturer of the DVR system to ask them about recovery. He said the ISP did not do recovery, or maybe it was the Carroll County Sheriff's, whatever law enforcement. I didn't see any statement in there about any private uh, expert in data retrieval, because you all may very well know that you can have plenty of recorded over files on your computer, on your hard drives, and you can take those drives to data recovery specialists who do this for a living. All they do is recover data. And there is a high likelihood, there is usually a high likelihood that something that was simply recorded over can be recovered. It's done every day around the world. Okay, every day around the world, people bring in their computers, people bring in their hard drives, people bring in their flash drives, and people say, "Can you please recover? I accidentally lost some files." And every day across the face of this earth, data is recovered that was recorded over, data is recovered that was written over, deleted. There's a high likelihood that data can be recovered. There's always the slim chance that the data is permanently lost. It does happen. But the odds are greater that the data is recoverable in most instances. So with all this talk of phone calling the manufacturer or expecting the ISP to do it, or maybe the Carroll County Sheriff's, why no talk about actual experts in data recovery from DVR systems? Okay, just one moment and we'll get into the cross-examination. All right. Allergies are killing me, y'all. All right. Yeah, I mean, basically, something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. I'm smelling bullshit. I'm smelling bullshit in this whole thing. Like, why is it that every single thing from law enforcement and the prosecution in this case is nothing but bullshit? Okay. Cross-examination questions by Mr. Baldwin. So let me get this straight. You knew in August of 2017 that Brad Holder's video was missing. It had been taped over, right? Well, I'll strike that. In August of 2017 that from February, what was it, the 14th up until February 20th of 2017, that those no longer existed, those videos, right? Yes, that's correct. But then when you provided the defense with discovery, and let's say, I think it was the first time was in December, you didn't say, here, hey, by the way, I need to tell you this. There's some missing video of people that were interviewed in the very early stages of this case. You didn't tell me that, did you? You didn't tell Mr. Razi that, did you? I didn't tell you, and I didn't tell Mr. Razi that, but I believe I mentioned it to you or agent, his agent. It's from memory, my memory. I didn't write it down. I didn't document it. But it's not, okay? Well, did you tell Mr. McClellan that there was missing? Oh, yes, he knew. You did? Okay. So in your, this is part of the packet that you just introduced into evidence. This is from August 22nd that you just introduced that into evidence. I don't know which number it is. Okay. So in August 22nd, we got, you're involved in these letters that go to Mr. McClellan or come from him. I want you to look at the very bottom that I've highlighted. And that's one of the exhibits that's been introduced. I don't remember which particular exhibit it was. Number 2. Exhibit 2, page 11. Exhibit 2, page 11. Read the bottom of that just to yourself where I highlighted. Just for ease, I'm going to ask you a question about that. Yes? May I have that? Sure. So in August of 2023, here's what you said about Brad Holder's video that we requested. You had previously received ISP reports to document those interviews and what was said in those interviews, though we did not locate any video of those interviews, right? Correct. What you didn't say was, that's because they were taped over, didn't you? Did you? You didn't tell us that, did you? I didn't include that information, no. We did not learn about that. This tape over business happened until February of 2024. Isn't that right? Yes. Then we asked for any reports that detail the lost recordings, and we just got that in evidence in the last couple weeks, right? Correct. I'm going to hand you what's going to be marked as Defendant's Exhibit E and ask you to identify that for me. Thank you. Tell me if you know about that. Yes. That is a document, a report that I requested. We requested about, hey, tell us about what? How did you memorialize the lost videotaped interviews, right? And that's what you gave us, Exhibit C. Yes. It doesn't, it's E. It's not dated though, is it? It's E. Thank you. Sorry, this document that we just got in the last couple weeks, it's not dated, is it? There's no date on it. There's no date on it. Did you just produce this? No. You wrote this out way back in 2017? Yes. And we've just gotten it in 2024? Yes. And we had to request it, right? Yes. And that wasn't the only thing we got. I'm going to hand you what's going to be marked as Exhibit F, because we wanted all reports about anything missing. Sure. Review that document, and then this was provided to us in the last couple weeks. Tell me when you're ready to talk about it. Go ahead. This says that, quote, Drive 2 contained the data of recordings made, quote, close quotation. This is in the third paragraph. Quote, made by the DVR includes interviews in room 1, 2, and 3, and 4 were missing from April the 28th, 2017 to June 13th, 2017, right? That's what that says? There's missing video for almost 2 months, right? I'm not certain that was the final conclusion. I drafted this report after the incident had occurred, but in that in that hard drive, there were errors associated with that DVR and the compromise of data on it. And I explained in the report how that occurred. You do, but the crux of it is from April 28th, 2017 to June 30th, 2017. There ain't no videos of any interviews, right? I'd have to go back and review now to make sure, but I believe there may be interviews, but they may not have sound. And this is the first time this document, Exhibit F, I think it is, was given to this, to my partner, co-counsel, and I, was within the last couple of weeks, and we had to ask for it, right? Yes. But we did get a narrative report of Brad Holder, right? Yes. About 6 paragraphs for Brad Holder. That's what his interview with police or law enforcement kind of came down to, just a number of paragraphs, right? Yes. How long was this interview? I don't know. What did he say in this interview? Do you know? I don't know. What happened to when you discovered in August of 2017 that his videotaped interview had been taped over? What did he say when you followed up in September of 2017 to follow up to make sure that at least that's memorialized. What was lost was memorialized closer in time to 2017. What did he say? I'm not sure I understand your question. Did you interview Brad Holder back in August of 2017 after you found out that his video was missing? Just to give a good accounting of what he said, just another interview? I didn't. That would have been a good idea, don't you think? Objection. It's not his place to decide. It wasn't his place. Sustained. Okay, so I want to go through these two time frames. We've got February 14th through 20th, 2017. There's not a single log, is there, of who went in and who was interviewed, right? Not that I'm aware of. In the early stages of an investigation, you did an investigation at some point. I talked to people and investigated leads. Would you agree with me that early on in an investigation, that can be some of the most important time frame to receive information? Yes. Let me repeat that. You would agree with me that early on in an investigation, that can be some of the most important time frame to receive information. Yes. You didn't go back and re-interview any of those people from the first few days, did you? Not just Brad Holder, but anybody whose video interview was lost? I did not. And nor did you try to recreate a log of, hey, I want to send a memo out to all the police officers who interviewed people. Please tell me who you remembered videotaping, because there's 6 days of lost video. Did you do anything like that? I didn't. Did law enforcement? No. No. Brad Holder was only interviewed in 2023 as a follow-up because of our depositions that were focusing on him. Would you agree? Possibly. There's no other reason why you would have gone and interviewed Brad Holder then, right? I did not interview Brad Holder. You know he was interviewed. I've heard, yes. I've heard he was interviewed and there's a report about it. I mean, if you could get the recordings back, you would want them back. Would you agree? Absolutely. The second video time frame that we're talking about, April 28th through June 30th, there was an opportunity to unearth those lost interviews with some type of Chinese equipment. Software, right? Did you get the software? I turned it over to the state police for them to follow up with. Do you know whether they followed up with the Chinese software to unearth these? I know that we were able to view the videos, but some do not have audio, so it may have been successful but limited success. Oh, okay. So did all the videos get recovered then with this Chinese software? I can't say whether all of them were recovered. We tried to see as many as possible. Did you follow up once the Chinese software came into place and something seems, according to you, to have been recovered? Did you do a report on that and say, well, here's what's been recovered, and here's, I think here's what that is, and here's what we don't have recovered? You do anything like that? Because I don't see any report about the Chinese software working. Is there such a report somewhere that said the Chinese software worked? I don't have it. Okay, you did these other reports. Undated, right? You should have put the date on there. Thank you. Yeah, can we agree on that? I'll do better. Wow, what an attitude. You hear this fucking attitude problem? You hear Mullen's attitude problem here? Yeah, there were lots of tips. I mean, you're an investigator for the prosecutor's office. Early on, there were lots of tips about Brad Holder, right? There were a few. More than a few, would you agree? A few. You hear this attitude, right? And so what I understood on direct examination is that when people came in about a tip, then they were told, some of them at least, to go to the Delphi police department and get interviewed on video. Is that right? Yes. Some of those people that were, if there were people, these few tips that were related to Brad Holder, they would have theoretically gone into the interview room likely as well. Is that correct? Likely, yes. And those would be lost. Yes. And because there's no log, you don't know who was interviewed or who was even interviewing, right? Correct. You should have a log. Would you agree? Hindsight's 2020 attitude. And the state was talking about, well, if they were trained to look for specific information like alibis and then follow up on alibis, right? Yes. So that's kind of a no-brainer, alibis. But would you agree with me that early on in the investigation, you don't know what's relevant or important related to things that could be found in the future? True. Can't believe he agreed to that. So it's nice that you can do an alibi, but what happens if a single sentence, would you agree that a single sentence in an interview taken in context with evidence in the future might make a big difference in the case? Objection, speculation. I'm asking him as an investigator. Sustained. It's bullshit. Let me answer it. Okay, let me answer it. Would you agree that a single sentence in an interview taken in context with evidence in the future might make a big difference in the case? Yes, Mullins. Yes, Diener. And you talked in reference one of the state's exhibits regarding the unclassified FBI investigation 413.17. Follow up on Brad Holder's alibi, right? Yes. And that's entered into evidence here. I'll hand you this. I don't know what the exhibit is. Thank you. I believe it's Exhibit 5. It says the Human Resources Director, Susan Case, said that the security camera at the scales may have picked up his vehicle. The video may have picked up the vehicle coming and going on that date, right? That's what it says. Yes. You see the tell? You see the psychological tell there, that clearing of throat? That clearing of throat again. Every time this fucker clears his throat, he's telling on himself. Did you get video of this from the Human Resources Director? Is that part of discovery that we have? No. Should have had that, right? I didn't have it. All that they had really was somebody, the Human Resources Director said that somebody clocked in with Brad Holder saying they were Brad Holder, right? That's all they said. Go ahead and read it. I suppose they would have to work with his entire shit. Answer. I suppose they would have to work his with entire shift running his machine as well. Close quotation. Did somebody go, is it your understanding that somebody went and talked to Bradley Holder's co-workers that day to say, hey, was Bradley Holder working beside you? Objection, irrelevant. Sustained. I'll move on, almost done. Did you check to see if Brad Holder switched vehicles with his oldest son that day? Has that been, again, objection? I'll move on. This officer did not complete the follow-up investigation. Sustained. Would you agree with me that if an officer failed to prepare his report before the video was erased, and he was going to use the video to help supplement, as he wrote, that there may not even be a memorialized copy? Could that be a possibility? It would be difficult if you're going to use that process because the video was gone. However, I should say that this was a practice for a lot of officers to request the video be retrieved from the DVR before the erasal occurred. What? What does this mean? If you're going to use that process because the video was gone, however, I should say that it was a practice for a lot of officers to request the video be retrieved from the DVR before the erasal occurred. Okay, so that was common. Officers would come in and say, hey, I want to do a report. Can I see the video? Yes, because there's things on a video that can be important to an officer. Gosh, I just found out this one thing over here. Let me see what was important over there on the video, right? That's maybe why they want to do that, right? It's possible. Yeah, you said that Brad Holder was never, has he ever been a key suspect to this day in this case? He was at work. He was at work. So therefore, he has never been a key suspect. No matter what other evidence that exists out there, he was at work. That's what the report says. Patrick Westphal the same. His interview should be contained in the report that Agent Pohl did. Judge, I would object to the question anyway. We're here on a motion to dismiss for destruction of exculpatory evidence or potentially useful, and that was no more questions specific to Brad Holder. Sustained. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry, Judge. No more questions. Okay, so let me pause here. Let me pause here. Oh, there's so much there that I railroaded through that I wanted to comment on. Okay, first, the deletion. Okay, the deletion of the videos. So he admitted that it was a common occurrence, just as you would expect, that officers would want to go back and ask for a video of an interview, right? He admitted that. It's common occurrence. You would expect it because the officers want to go and review the video of a particular interview. So how does it take 6 months for him to discover something's missing? Yeah, that's first question. How does it take you 6 months to discover the first week of interviews is deleted? Does that mean for 6 months, none of these officers were doing their jobs? None of these investigators were actually going back over that first week of interviews? Okay. Then he admits, like we've already known, that Brad Holder's alibi is not an alibi. Okay. Then he talked about the Chinese software that the state police was using. Okay. So again, instead of going to vetted, verified data recovery experts to try to recover this data, are you telling me that ISP took it upon themselves to attain some software with little to no expertise in the process to try to recover that data, rather than going to someone who actually is an expert, who does data recovery every single day, all day? You could have found anywhere in the United States or Canada a data recovery expert, a business that does data recovery 24/7 as their full-time specialty. No discussion of that, right? No discussion of that. No log, no effort to put together a spreadsheet of all those who may have been interviewed from the various agencies and whose interviews are missing. You've lost from April 28th of 2017 to June 30th. That's more than 2 months. Okay, more than 2 months. Plus a week. Okay. 2 months in the summer of 2017 and the very first week. In the very first week, you do the very most important interviews. Bottom line, even Mullen agreed to that. In the very first week, absolutely yes, you're going to do the most important interviews. So you lost the most important interviews in the first week. Then you lost 2 months in the summer, all of May, all of June. Not buying it. Not buying it. Where's all the family cell data? All the families cell data. We got him caught in a lie. Okay, we got him caught in a lie here also. How about this? Failing to lying about the notification that there was shit missing. So he would not say that there's shit recorded over shit missing. Okay, he tried to worm his way around that one. Okay. Anyway, let's move forward because we're almost done here. Just give me a moment. I need a sip of water. We're almost done. Let's get to this. I forgot to turn the page. Here we go. This is the redirect by the dumb cunt, Miss Diener. Investigator Mullen, you prepared 2 documents that have been marked by the defense as Exhibit E and F, which are letters regarding the 2 different issues with DVR recordings. They do not contain dates, but they do have information at the top referencing Delphi case number and multiple others. Do you have those exhibits in front of you? I do. So at the top, can you explain what's under investigative report for the court? It's titled Delphi Police Department Investigative Report, and it shows the Delphi Police Department case number that we did for an assist in this investigation, and the Carroll County Sheriff's Department case number for the double homicide, and the state police's case number and the FBI number associated with their case reporting system. So when this discovery was made and you documented this information, did you share it with other law enforcement? I did. Can you tell from your memory or from those letters who you shared it with? I certainly advised First Sergeant Holman, Jerry Doughboy Holman, immediately, and Detective Lying Liggett, and Detective Kevin Hammond of the unfortunate events with the DVRs. Unfortunate. Oh yeah. Let's get the violin out. Let's get the violin out. You're covering up the murders of 2 baby girls. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, isn't it? It's very fucking unfortunate for you, dumbass. You're all caught. You're all caught. Okay, you're all fucking caught. It's very unfortunate for you. And so they could then pass that along to anyone that did an interview that might need to be redone or follow up that might be necessary based on the fact that those interviews were no longer available. Is that true? That is true. Yeah, but it didn't happen, bitch. It didn't happen. I mean, they are playing. You see how this is theater. This is pageantry right here. This is theater. Okay? This is theater. This right here is to make you convinced that he did the right thing. He just said there was no follow-up. He said there was no follow-up. Yeah, they could have, but they didn't. As you indicated that you gave information to an agent of defense counsel that certain data was missing when discovery was turned over. Could you expand on that? How did you identify that, and whom would you have been speaking? To whom? An agent of Mr. Rozzi's office, and again, this is my memory. I didn't document it. Okay, so he claims. That's the thing I was trying to point out earlier about the lie. Okay, I couldn't go back and find it in the paragraph, but remember when he's speaking with Baldwin? Baldwin says, did you tell anybody the shit was missing? And he says, I think I did, judging from memory, I think I told someone, I told Mr. Razi's agent, someone that working for Razi, a little gopher. I think I told him, but I made no record of it. He made clear to clarify that he made very clear that there's no written record of it. He didn't. Okay, which means it didn't happen. Okay, very unlikely that it happened. I mean, I think Mr. Razi's employee would have been mind blown and would have ran immediately to report this to Mr. Razi. So this means it didn't happen. He's pulling a Tony Liggett, right? He's pulling a Liggett. Did you mark the hard drives? Most recent? Yes, I did. The most recent, after they had been placed back on the case again, I marked them. Each one is having no sound or so, no video. So when they got discovery back after being removed and put back on the case, and you were giving them discovery in January and thereafter, you marked the DVRs that had no video and no sound? Yes, I did. And when you say an agent of Mr. Razi's office, are we talking about Sarah Luxemburg? Yes. And isn't it true that she picked up the evidence almost every single time? Yes. Okay, did you feel you had a rapport with her where you could share that with her and it would get passed along to defense counsel? Yes. Okay, no other questions. Okay, so you're telling me, so you want me to believe that Sarah Luxemburg lied? Bullshit. It's all bullshit. Okay, recross. Baldwin says, there were lots of video that had blank on it, right? That you gave to Sarah. Could you have been talking about that? Where you open it up and there's nothing on there? Answer, I'm not sure how they appeared on the DVD or the hard drive. Excuse me. I believe only the videos that were left on the hard drive would actually appear. So you wouldn't be able to pull up something that was just blank. I'm talking about empty files that were provided to us. There were things that you told Sarah Luxemburg, hey, you're going to open some things and there are empty files in there. Isn't that right? Perhaps at the first, because we had, and each of these showed in progress as we were putting more information on them. That might be in December of 22. What? That doesn't even make sense. But we didn't know about this until April the 28th through June 30th. Those 2 time frames of missing video until just in the last 2 weeks. So that means until March of 24. So December of 22. And Baldwin is saying, yeah, but we didn't know about this shit until March of 24. Almost 2 years. I'm sorry, Mr. Baldwin, I didn't hear your question. You know what? It's late. I'm going to shut up. No more questions. Baldwin is like, you can tell he's old. Okay, Baldwin's an older guy. All right, and that's it. Okay, now, next page. Let's just forward through this. This is nothing burger. Okay, so what we're going to do, hold on a moment, please. All right, so we're gonna forward through this. Let's see. I'll start at the bottom here and race on through to the end because this is where Slick Nick comes in, and I'm going to get pissed. All right, I'll take the matter under advisement, says the court, with all of the respective exhibits that have been admitted. Before you all leave, you have respectively filed, the state filed a motion for leave of court to subpoena third-party records and to the Department of Corrections, and I've received no objection or motions to quash from the defense. The defense filed a notice of discovery indicating Mr. Allen's medical records, part 1 and 2, have been provided to state. So does that take care of your request for the medical records? McClellan says, Judge, no, because I think the defense and I had a conversation. We're concerned that the records that were provided to defense may not be a complete set of records from the DOC. I found it necessary that we want the complete set of medical records and mental health records to address those issues at trial. So that's the reason we subpoenaed the DOC, to make sure we get a complete record. Okay, and the defendant filed a motion to compel and request for sanctions that needs to be set for hearing. Judge, I amended that because after I filed it, I found an email from a few days before where Mr. McClellan had responded, and therefore I would move to, well, I would ask the court to focus on the motion to amend, because in that motion to amend, I explained that, and I focused on the things that weren't satisfactorily explained or provided. So you want me to just rule on the amended pleading? Correct, not on the first motion to compel. In the state, you filed your response to the original pleading March 18. So if you want to supplement, you need to do that quickly. Will do, Judge. And then you also filed your third Frank notice and request for Frank's hearing. I'll have to review that and issue an order. Is there anything else before we go? Then I will grant the state's motion for leave of court to subpoena third-party records to the DOC, both of the ones that have been filed. Mr. Razi says, may I, Judge? Yes, I'd like to speak on that issue if that's okay. Sure. Razi says, actually, I'm opposed to the court granting that at this point. We're still within the 15-day notice period. What's going on here is that I made a new request to the Department of Corrections after we were reinstated in this case, and they have just provided that to me. And there's nothing ultimately, untimely about any of this, but it just happened. I want to say that it was last week, Ms. Gallagher from the DOC has been working with me to try to get that information. And so when I received it, we were having difficulty. We were having difficulty essentially recovering that from their software program, which has been one of the challenges that we face. You get discovery from one entity and it comes through Dropbox, and you get from another entity and it comes through a Google account, and you get it from another entity and they've got their own software program. And so my staff member, up until I think this past Friday, was working with the DOC rep, Ms. Bedwell, to try and get that information converted into a format that we could read. And I do believe Mr. McClellan is correct that I do think that there was information available to me that the DOC had about Mr. Allen, medical and psychiatric, when I made the first request, that I didn't get. Because now that I kind of had a refreshed request, I'm seeing additional stuff. So this is a long way of saying I would like a chance to review what I just received before I just agree to disclose it, because I don't know what it is, and it's quite voluminous. As you might imagine with medical records, I know one of the files I think that I shared with McClellan was like 900 pages. So in fairness, there were some blank pages mixed in there, but my request is the court allow me to, the 15 days or whatever time period is left to file my motion to quash. I really do believe that it's probably not going to happen, because I'm trying to be transparent with Mr. McClellan. I already showed him the first 2 dumps I got, so I'd like some time to look at that before. The 15 days is up March 29th, says the court, so it needs to be filed on or before that date. Very good, thank you. Okay, anything else from the state on anything that we've covered yet today? No, Your Honor. Anything else from defense? No, ma'am. Okay, thank you very much. We're completed. Jody, you can go off record. Okay, boom. That's it. Now, let me get into the chat now, because boy, was that a laborious task. Okay. All right, so, oh man. Okay, let's go back a bit. I'm going to look at some of the chat, but I'm going to be quick with it. Okay, I'm going to go back a bit, but not too far. I'll start with this one because it's a great one. Bullshit, the FBI doesn't record interviews. Yeah, Bullshit. I mean, it's a whole bunch. It's nothing but bullshit. Mullen. Let's see. Yeah, it's a great point you're making there. You got to have the actual physical device. Okay, and honestly, it should have been handed over to an absolute expert, forensic data recovery. Damn straight, that's how they roll. They've done it for decades. Dirtiest cops. Yep. Okay. Lauren L says, my cousin was married to a guy that was going to join the Logansport Police Department and join the service instead. He said it was because they was too corrupt, and that's not what he signed up for. Great one. Great one. Lauren L., thank you. You are adding value to this channel. I got to tell you. You guys are adding some boom shakalaka to this channel. Thank you for coming in here. Waiting to pounce, Diamond Eyes? Mike Cunningham, welcome in. Rochelle. Yeah. Dirty cops are terrible. Dirty cops are the fucking worst. Yeah. Oh yeah. So earlier there was a troll come in here threaten me over his wife. Okay, let me tell you something, bud. Uh, because you came in tonight, you're gonna see more. Okay. I was being nice. Okay, I was being nice. Uh, so look forward to some posts tomorrow. You're gonna love them. Promise you. It's gonna be about the GoFundMe. It's gonna be about the money. Well, you got a dead guy, or you got blood on your hands, bud. Blood on your hands, dick face. No FBI, no Secret Service. I thought, yeah. All federal agencies, says Doug Carter. Yeah, right. All federal agencies. Come on, bud. Yeah, speaking of Secret Service, remember this girl, Carly Russell? When Carly Russell pulled her dumb shit, Secret Service was on that. FBI was on that. Okay. What about Delphi? Yeah, they're talking about a DIY situation. Oh my God. Pathetic. It's pathetic. It doesn't add up. No, it doesn't. Everything is recoverable if it hasn't been wiped. I mean, for the most part. How do you investigate? Yeah. In the first 6 months. That's what I don't get it. It's because it's been a cover up the whole time. They've been covering it up. I mean, look, most clearly way you can say this, because the focus was not investigating, the focus was covering asses. If I did not do my nursing charts for 72 days, my ass would be in jail. Yeah, and why? People's lives are at stake. Yeah, what about law enforcement? People's lives are at stake. Hello. 100 officers, hundreds, all federal agencies, blah, blah, blah. Nobody checked interviews. Nobody knows who was even interviewed. No one made a list to see who, yeah, who'd we delete? Who'd we record over? Where's your family cell phone data? Discovery related to others being implicated is lost, deleted, hidden. Yeah, just gone, poof. Magic, magically gone. It just disappeared, vaporized, went into the ethers. It never happened. It doesn't matter. It's a, don't worry, it's a cover up. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. The omitting about deleting the recordings. Oh, just but I told this chick, this little girl, and she, she. All right, all right. Okay. Sometimes I feel sorry for Nick because he has some real rods helping. Elvis Fields may have been seen at the mailboxes. May have. I mean, it appears to be him. It sure does. Who was it, Mike? Who was it? Did you type it in the chat yet? Maybe I'll find it. If it's not Elvis, who was it? Who in your town told you? Prof picked a perfect discussion tonight. Yeah, I like it. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's In Your Face Part 3. In Your Face Part 1 was Todd Click telling you everything, and In Your Face Part 2 was Amber Holder telling you a whole lot of shit. And In Your Face Part 3 is Steve Mullen revealing himself. Poof. Mike, did you ever see who else it was at the mailboxes in? Elvis's phone was pinging in other little towns near his home, not close to Delphi, but he was in Delphi. Well, he left his phone at home. Who the fuck let Mullins be in charge of anything? I tell you. One Bullet Barney buys a child's quality recording device to hold evidence of murder related to info. This device should have been the best quality and a backup storage of his intel. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, they want you here. Here's the complication though, because they want you to believe that it's all incompetence because it's some Barney Fife shit. It's some incompetent redneck country bumpkin doofuses. This is what they're trying to put it across as now. It's a whole bunch of doofuses. Oops. Was it Britney Spears? Oops, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Oops, we deleted it again. Oops, we deleted again. No, 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 no. It's not a oops, I did it again. No, no, motherfuckers. No. Mm-mm. See, the thing is, you're actually dealing with smart people out here. You're actually dealing with smart people. And this shit might have worked if the entire world was not watching this case. But you fucked around and find out. You did too much with the photoshopping of the photos. Okay, this whole soap opera fantasy you tried to create, with the Snapchat and all the bridge guys, it did too much to capture people's attention. So what you ended up doing, you drew like a magnet the attention of the entire world upon yourselves, and now you got a whole bunch of smart people looking at you who ain't buying it, and that's just the bottom line. And yeah, you could threaten to kill, threaten to fucking hurt, threaten to dox, threaten to do everything to all us. Okay, you keep doing that. World ain't gonna stop watching. You fucked yourselves. Yeah, Fiend. Yeah, they didn't do the report till recent. I mean, obviously, that's she was calling him. Baldwin was calling him out on that, and you saw that bitch Diener tried to come in and like shuck and jive around that shit. Tried to make excuses, pre-made excuses. Tried to make some canned excuses and hand to Mullen right on the stand, like we're stupid to not be able to read through that. Let's just say the heavy hitters are involved. Yeah, obviously they are. That's nothing new, bro. Come on. Mullen is sus as fuck, just reminding everyone of my feelings. Thanks. Yeah, me too. Mullins is the biggest smartass you ever met when he wears that badge. He don't talk shit off duty, though. Okay. Shibby just got here. I was out yelling at the ring. What's up, Diamond Eyes? What's up, Just James? Just James coming in late, fashionably. You're here, though. Good. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Okay, let's see. Mike, we know, and it wasn't one, it was many. Personally, I think this more than 7, probably 13. Yeah, I'm thinking 7 to 14. 7, 11, 14. You're dealing with a whole bunch of assholes, and I've named most of them in my theory, allegedly. Okay. Hello, everybody. I just see people coming in here. Wisdom Slew 777. Okay. What's up, Wisdom Sleuth, Mike Cunningham, Digital, shit, Just James, everyone who's come in. Okay. Yeah, why is it quiet? Hey, FBI, why was Keegan brought to, what's the name of the place over there? Why was he brought there? Little Birdie told me why. He was looking at classified information. He was reviewing Grissom. Yeah, Grissom. So he's brought to Grissom to review classified evidence. Classified, not sealed. All right. Fester the Molester. Oh yeah, they got a couple around. They've been scrubbing shit since day one. Case files, Facebook posts, interviews, you name it. They scrubbed the shit. Yeah, they scrubbed the YouTubes and the Facebook. I mean, you try to find shit that you could find just 3 to 4 years ago. You go try to find it now. Go try to find that shit now. It means that they were referencing videos and then they stopped long enough for everything to be deleted. Yeah, reiterate that, Phoenix, if you're still here. Remind me what you're talking about there. I'm kind of scrambled brains right now because that was a lot to read through. You guys realize that was 40-something pages. All right. I've been reading the transcript of his previous interview. It hits much different now than it did back then. Oh yeah, the Klein? Yeah. I must have had it set to delete and record over. Yeah, it seems like it, right? I mean, I don't know about you. Okay, I don't know about you. But my drives here, I know one thing. It's going to ask you, okay, when it reaches its capacity, before it goes and overwrites anything, it's going to say, hey, we run out of space. Now, if you want to overwrite something, we can do that. Are you cool with that? And you have to click yes, I'm cool with deleting my shit for it to continue. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how your shit works. But I know my shit, it asks you. It has an idiot box, right? It says, hey, just checking, idiot, before you delete over this shit, do you really want to? Just in case you're an idiot. And you have to click, yes, I'm an idiot, delete over my shit. All right. Phoenix said Mullen was pulling the videos for them to reference. Yeah. like you would assume happens. But then they conveniently stop that practice. Then, oops, it's all deleted. Yeah. What about the family cell phone data? Come on. I mean, so you don't have none of the family cell, but you got a timeline. That was March 18th, Just James. Just James. This document we're reading from is March 18th of this past March. It's a month ago. It's actually a month ago. Let's give it around for a month ago, and we're still digesting. Still digesting it. Okay. Good night, Frenchie. Frenchie had to get out of here because he's off work. Okay. So good night, Frenchie. Frenchie's off work. Okay. Don't want to talk. Then why do you come drop shit like that, Mike? Come on. Stop fucking with us, man. Look, stop fucking with us, Mike. Just don't come in. Don't come in if you're gonna do that again. Mike, don't say shit if you ain't gonna say it, bro. Everyone's sick of that kind of cryptic shit. Like, for real. I love you and all, but if you ain't gonna say the shit, just fucking move on and don't even mention it. Like, you just countered her argument. She says she's alleging that it was Elvis Fields out there by those mailboxes, the person allegedly seen. You say, no, it's someone big up high, but you won't name him. Come on, bro. Like, you fucking with us. I don't want to let my mind roam. Our minds have roamed for 7 years. Stop fucking with people. Just say what you got to say or get the fuck out, man. Yeah, good night, French. Absolute fucking disgrace, Judge Gull. Yeah. Absolute fucking disgrace. Shame. I mean, we should read the letter again just so I can laugh. Okay, we'll read the letter in a minute. Let's read it now. Fuck it. You guys want to read the letter? Shame. Okay. Where's that letter? Judge, let cameras in the courtroom so at least we can see what happens in there. Given how horribly biased you are in abusing your power, we do not have a shred of trust for you. You must have recused yourself long ago and not babysit the corrupt prosecution and law enforcement. What a despicable human being you are. Shame. Tell you. Shame. Shame. Hindsight does not excuse negligence. Thank you. Yeah. Remember Mullen's fucking fucked up attitude when he got the attitude with Baldwin? Like, how dare you question me? That's what the attitude was. I didn't explain it well. The attitude was, how dare you question me? Well, you're on the fucking stand, dickhead. That's how dare he question you. Okay, and you revealed your true colors too. Like we say, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the fucking first time. So you just did all we had to see. You caught an attitude, and you also coughed several times when you were in comfortable pinches and you were trying to pull some shit out your ass. So you showed us on the stand, you showed us who you were, and we believe you. So, I mean, honestly, all you fucking LE have showed us who you are. You all have. You really all have. And it's fucking disgusting because I trusted a bunch of you. I trusted fucking David Vito. Okay, I fucking trusted Doug Carter. Okay. Shame on me. Geez, the contempt hearing. What a waste of everyone's time, courtesy of the state and the court. Yeah, but it was good. You know why, James? Because this information that came out of it was helpful. If you go back in a couple episodes ago, I did the Amber Holder, In Your Face Part 2, Amber Holder. Go listen to that one. Go listen to Part 1. It's Todd Click. Listen to the whole In Your Face series. Is this March 18th? Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. All right. He was likely severely dehydrated with a huge metabolic imbalance causing delirium. He's a prisoner of war. Yeah. I mean, think about it. He's a pretrial detainee. Here's where I do side with defending Richard Allen as an accused, a pretrial detainee, an innocent man under the eyes of the law at this moment. Okay. He's a pretrial detainee. He does not deserve to be in prison in solitary confinement in a max security prison in lockdown, threatened by odinous guards, walked around like a dog on a leash, cuffed the way he's cuffed and chained the way he's chained, sleeping in a paper thin suicide unit. I mean, come on, man. Because as the example I made in my last show, if he deserves it, then your mother deserves it. Okay? Because what if your mother was accused and your mother was placed in the exact same way Alan has been placed? Or what if it was your 18-year-old son? What if it was your wife? What if your wife was a doppelganger, look exactly like someone who murdered someone in your town? Got eyewitnesses, they go pick up your wife, they build a fucked up ass PCA like they did for Alan. They build this fucked up ass PCA to get your wife, to throw your wife in prison for a year and a half in the same environment that Alan's in with the same treatment. Would you be okay with that? Okay, that's why I'm not okay with it. Because he is not convicted of the murders of Abby and Libby. He is charged. He's being detained. He's a pretrial detainee. He's not a prisoner, a convicted convict. He's a pretrial detainee. He deserves to be treated as an innocent human being sitting in a room waiting for his trial. Nothing more. Oh man, my eyes itching now. Gosh, allergies. Chinese software. It's an absolute bullshit excuse. ISP has it on staff. They'll handle issues such as DVR. I don't know. Does FBI? Have you got all federal agencies? All federal agencies. Right, Doug Carter? All federal agencies. And you cannot get data recovered off that DVR? Come on, man. Man, look like I look stupid to you? I look that dumb? Exactly. Exactly, Rochelle. Could have been military. Could have been CIA. All federal agencies, huh, Doug Carter? Where are you, Doug Carter? It's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show. Pardon me. Pardon me. It's the salad and chicken wings. Woo. I'm quite the cook, ladies and gentlemen. I'm quite the cook. We don't mess around in the kitchen. Are the Delphi investigators being investigated? Oh, I see a douchebag is back. Let me block this fuckface. Don't worry, you'll get it tomorrow, brother. You will get it tomorrow. You're going to enjoy the post I make on my community page. All right. Okay. Wow, I'm so behind in the chat. I got to hurry up and catch up. Data recovery can be done by anyone. Just run the program, choose the type of files, hit enter. I mean, I've done it on my own devices. It's pretty simple. It's not even that expensive. Just a little software and see what it can do. Put on your tinfoil cap and join Grey Gooch. Yeah, go. Hey, everyone, if you want to be lied to, if you want to be fooled, go ahead and go to Grey Gooch. Grey Gooch. All right. I think they're probably all going down for this one. Gain 20 lurkers. Oh, they're pissed. They're pissed. Troll farm is pissed. I remember the old bridge guy sketch was released around the time of these lost interviews. It's not documented, then it didn't happen because that's your proof. Yeah, Mullen. I wouldn't let Mullen investigate my stolen tuna sandwich from the break room fridge. All right. Everyone here understands that a cop's job is to document. Like, that's a huge part of his job every day. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, we know the fucking cops, so called, who say, no one cares about documentation. They were never cops. Okay. That's why they fucking sit there and say that. Like, you were never a cop. That's why you would say something like that. Hello. She's making the jury work Saturdays and they're sequestered. This is typical, happens in most cases, won't affect the trial. Nick wasn't going to use those interviews anyway. Yeah, empty folders. Why create a folder if there's nothing to put in it? Okay. Mike, I certainly care about Rico. Are you talking about us in here or a big list of POS criminals? Nicholas thinks Baldwin and Rozzi are incompetent. Mullen's his top guy. Well, it's a fucking circus. That's why I say it's a clown show, man. It is a clown show. Oh, are you hearing a ding? Hold on, let me check on that dog. Okay. All right, I'm trying to hurry up here. It's hard because they don't just play stupid, they play corruption. Yeah. Honestly, the joke here is even that Gull had a hearing. She would deny defense motion even if every witness said, oh, hell yeah, we did. We destroyed that shit. We laughed the whole time. Denied. That's why I called her Unhinged B. Rochelle, are you saying the people in the house saw Elvis Fields? Yeah, she is saying that. I will only say the attention got the big dogs pulled in to nail down on RA. I don't know what you're saying. I thought it was my smoke alarm at first. Oh, you mean maybe that was my son was hitting his little toy piano. Okay. Lisa the second, she had it scheduled to end on the 31st. Oh, they love. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're right. Look at all of the October 31st in this case. Okay. Okay, this is a message to Mr. Bojangles. My one and only message to you. Fuck you. I'm putting a picture up again, and I'm putting more, and I'm going to actually say things this time. See, I was trying to be nice. Yeah, I hope you guys are comfortable having blood on your hands, Robert Fortson. Hope you're proud of that. Quack quacks. Diamond Eyes, get her, get her, get her. Get her. All right. Let's see. Quack quack. Okay. Yeah, well, you remember Kelsey saying that it's some new technology. I believe I've shared that video before. Kelsey said it's some new technology, you know, and it's possible that the voice and the sketch. I mean, it's crazy. There's all of these stories. Like, who the fuck could believe? You gonna believe Kelsey? Kelsey says it's some new technology. Okay. As a matter of fact, FBI will use their phone as a backup when conducting interview. Well, Mike, that's bullshit. We want real criminals in jail. If that ends up including RA, so be it. Every single one belongs in jail. If you're not one of them, you do too. If you are one of them, you do too. How do you know so much? Yeah, and why are you coming here trying to be like know-it-all cryptic and shit? Come on, Mike. Like, fuck it, Mikey. Just say what you got to say, or don't fucking say shit. It's annoying. I mean, everyone's sick of this shit. Like, Liggett thinks to himself now, how will I be elected if Click solves the case? We better get in there and record over that evidence. You guys better go delete that shit. I stayed EMS and didn't go into law enforcement because no one has ever made a song called Fuck the Fire Department. Oh my God. Okay, Lauren L says I'm not always quiet. Good. I'm glad you're not lurking. Thanks for joining the chat. Everyone who is lurking, please join the chat. I promise I'll be nice enough. All right. Secret Service is the top agency when it comes to mobile phones, period. The best. Well, come on, baby. You mean Julie Melvin? No, Julie Melvin said Cody Patty's mom said they were found that way. You know who else said they were found that way? Several. Why in the very first hours was there several statements regarding the girls being found half in, half out of the water? In other words, kind of hoisted up onto the bank, more or less. Cover up since day one. Mullen couldn't keep a simple log, but he ordered Chinese software. Chinese. Fucking assholes. Who says Chinese software? Look, everything's Chinese. Okay, this computer I'm on right now, the software running it. I mean, come on, bro. Stupid shit. Chinese. That's what I'm saying, Lisa. Chinese softwares. Bet they don't have receipts for it. Okay. What's sad is Mullen's statements paint the whole picture about who he is and the professionalism. Yeah, not professional, full of shit, and probably intentionally involved in this shit. Intentionally doing it. It's all about the Mason connections. Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's what the cover up is about. I believe so. Oh yeah, please hit the like. Diamond Eyes says hit the like. Please listen to Diamond Eyes. Hit the like and just be nice. Support the channel in all ways as well. Like we got our support pathways. Please support the channel. We love it when you do. We got all kind of fucking sports pathways. Even if you're on the replay, someone did that earlier today. It was very nice to wake up to this morning. Someone hit the little super thanks or whatever on the replay. That's nice. So thanks for supporting the channel, everyone that does. Okay. You think the defense will be able to inform the jury through cross-examination about the 70 days of lost testimony, or will Gold, Queen Shame have any mention of it stricken? Okay. Is the average person in Delphi realize how incompetent their police department is? Well, there's that too. Smart enough to send the FBI away. Yeah, which is a whole other thing. Who in the fuck would ever send the FBI away when you're trying to solve a double murder of 2 baby girls? Like, that never made sense to me. Let me take a poll. Okay, let's take a poll. Has it ever made sense to you that the feds would ever be sent away? Why would you ever send a resource like that away? Like, you got an unsolved cold case. You're sending away. And I mean, I've never believed that shit. From the fucking moment I heard it, like, who the fuck sends the FBI away? No, no local fucking country bumpkin's gonna send the FBI away. No, they're covering their own asses. Barney Fife vibes. That's what they're feigning for the FBI, and that's why they ended up going to training. Yes, Proud, play stupid, but be heroes. How does stupid become a hero? Okay. Yeah, it's obvious why they don't want cameras. They don't want people to see the shit show that's going to go down in that courtroom. Who paid for the cruise they went on almost immediately? They were so distraught, but managed the banking end of the GoFundMe on the third sketch of shabby looking guy was supposedly from mailbox early in the morning. Yeah, that's who looks like Elvis Fields to me. Okay, greed got them attention. That too. FBI got a nice peek behind the curtain when they came in for Abby and Libby. Carroll County ISP wanted them out ASAP so they wouldn't be found out. Allegedly. We don't need dogs. After 10 hours sleep, I'll find them after brunch. Oh, yeah. In all fairness, I have no idea how LA County spends its money, and I work for them. Okay. Rochelle, remember when they tried to clarify that some of the searchers were possibly overlap identified EMP crime con? Huh? I kind of get that. I mean, Prof's theory is that the searchers are involved in moving the bodies and the cover up. I think I've always thought that the searchers are the ones who move the bodies what I think is from Wilson Bridge to Ron Logan's. I think it was a searchers. It was volunteer fire department. It was DNR. It was family and friends. Okay. My grandfather was senior master sergeant at Grissom, retired 20 years. Okay. What will Ellie say when it comes out in court that there was never a video or photo of Abby taken on the loaner phone Liberty had? It was created from still photos and falsely planted to fool the public. Oh, you mean the photoshopping of Abby on the bridge that we've been talking about for a year and a half that everyone thinks we're crazy about? Yeah, obviously. The phones are huge red flags. Like, what kind of killer is going to have a phone that captures him on it and put it under the shoe of a victim and put the shoe under the body of the victim so that the body protects the shoe, protects the phone? What kind of killer is going to do that when he's on the phone? Mullen was pulling the videos for them to reference, but they conveniently stopped that practice. The noobs. Oh yeah, I read that. All right, guys. Oh yeah, Amy's putting up my photography site and all the other shit. Thank you, Amy. At some point, a guy comes in to audit, and he was doing a ton of work until he dies. Okay. Blaming the Chinese fooey. Yeah, that's the statement that was real fucking weird to me. You guys remember that? I mean, go back and watch. Go back to that. It's towards the end when he says, "Let's read that again." That statement, I repeated it twice because it makes no sense. It's like, what the fuck did you just say? Something about before erasure, right? He says before erasure. Erasal. Erasal. It would be difficult if you're going to use that process because the video is gone. However, I should say that it was a practice for a lot of officers to request the video to be retrieved from the DVR before the erasal occurred. How would he know when the erasal occurred? Like, I don't know. The motherfucker don't make sense. He don't make sense. Accuse everyone, always blame everyone is the Mullin's family motto. Chinese, first the virus, and now this. Those poor Chinese can't get a break, man. God damn. Okay. The DVRs at the PDs that I have seen will loop once they reach capacity. Officers, dispatchers have to recall the time they're looking for, then transfer it over to another media to memorialize. Wow. Why take a chance? I can't understand. Like, with the Delphi murders investigation and all of the fucking pomp and circumstance we've seen at all of these press conferences, right? All of the fucking uniforms and all the feds lined up behind these huge fucking press conferences with all kind of suits and uniforms and badges and dramatic Doug Carter speeches with all this shit. Why fucking take a chance with interviews? It shows you that I guess the point I'm making is it shows you that was all bullshit. All of those press conferences, all of those suits, all of the uniforms and the badges and the Doug Carter and the fucking drama, all bullshit. All bullshit. It wasn't important to anyone. Because if it was important to anyone, nothing would be lost, everything would be settled, everything would make sense, and the shit wouldn't be looking like it looks. And Liggett would not have produced the PCA the way that he did. And that's just a fucking facts in your face. And if you don't like it, oh, I'm so sorry for you. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Go away. Spit it out, Mike. I'm burned out. I'm also tired of listening to the dipsticks who refuse to see the family who thinks Ron Logan somehow did this alone. Yes, but I'm talking about the day they went missing. LAPD still hasn't recovered from Furman and Van Adder. Oh yeah, yeah. That's one of your one-liners I like. Insults or pillow talk for goal. Ooh, she likes that dirty talk. Tara reset the phone because she already knew how, not by accident. No, yeah, those motherfuckers deleted everything because they all knew everything that was going on. There's all kind of shit that was going on leading up to this and after this and during it. And it's all the same group involved, and you know who they are. Oh yeah, Amy's saying check out the community page for the Delphi weird shit. There's more to come. There's more to come. The Delphi weird shit, it's painting a picture, but you got to understand, you got to look at it all, try to understand what it all is, and you might understand what it's showing you. It's totally insane, says Phoenix. And now they won't even show his custody status and location. Yeah, guys. It's fucking insane. What if it was your mother, your brother, your son, your daughter? Kelsey, everything she says is a fucking lie. I I use I see every use of torture they could get away with. Yeah. Fish oil, diamond eyes. I don't like talking about these stupid ass rumors. I mean, if I see rumors, I'm not repeating them. Okay. Bunch of motherfuckers got paid to do a job they didn't do. Oh, you mean these cops? I was told that I'm evil in supporting a sadistic child killer. How did they know that? How did they know he's a sadistic child killer? I think Mark Robert Cohen is a sadistic child abuser. Why? Because he's using his daughter to cover his own ass for his crimes and his wife's. Okay. Using your daughter? Really? That's interesting. That's interesting, bro. You're using your daughter for that? Huh. So your supposed sick daughter, you're using your sick daughter to come on bullshit? That's pretty sadistic, Mark Robert Cohen. Pretty fucking sadistic. I think that's what it is. Okay. Don't mind me, my live button wasn't engaged. Wisdom sleuth, but all you're talking about is bullshit. Okay, you're talking about bullshit. Look, I'm gonna time you out. I'm gonna time you out. Like all of that is bullshit. You're repeating bullshit that we don't believe anymore. Like, stop repeating the family's bullshit. Everyone stop repeating the fucking family's bullshit. Like, I don't see why you do that. Yeah, you heard my dog. He was going ape shit. He was going ape shit, and I don't know why. I thought someone was at the back door. Like, "Mm, it's not." No, he's not. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, now this is actually worth stating. Okay, this is not family bullshit. The fact that Liberty's phone was not returned to her tells a lot. Who was answering Liberty's text? Who told Anthony Schatz, Keegan Klein, Liberty German was at the bridge at 12 noon? Why did Ellie not confiscate Liberty's real phone with her history? How in the hell could Kelsey be messaging Anthony Schatz and blah, 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 and be racing shit, doing all the bullshit Kelsey did? How could she be doing it? Hello? Oh my gosh, I'm getting in a bad mood. I'm getting pissed right now. I'm getting pissed with the chat. Okay. Um, all right. So one theory is that Thomas was making enough noise about the failures in the investigation and constituents were listening. Maybe that's when they started deleting shit. Okay. When did Carter say they were going to have to hire 60 to 80 more investigators? Was it before, after, or after Richard Allen's arrest that he said they were going to need the initial? Wasn't it after? Fort Pitt says that's exactly what happened. Thank you, Simone. Simone's a new person here. Welcome in, Simone. You're welcome here. You're welcome in the chat. Hopefully, everyone likes you. You like everyone. It's all fucking good. It's gravy. Thanks and welcome, Simone. And thanks for the kind words, too. Jojo, before I believe when they move the investigation to a new building. Okay. Doesn't make sense at all. You mean with the sending the FBI away? Is that where we're at now? Like 10 minutes ago? Sending the FBI away doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Why would you ever? I mean, you would never. This is bullshit. I can think of a couple cases where the FBI was asked to leave, and years later the corruption came out. Federal charges. Mm. All right. Yeah, be safe. What's up, Lixus? Okay. Yeah, no, I know, JoJo. Sometimes, I mean, it ain't no sometimes. Holman was picked to get trained as a way to lock him in or under the guise of him being picked. Yeah, like promotions, right? Promotions, and it's like trying to prop somebody up. They're propping up Holman. Okay, I'm heading out, getting tired, and got kid to get up for school in the morning. Nice. Oh, good night to you. We'll be getting out of here in 10 minutes or five. Okay. Thanks, y'all. I'm sorry I'm in a tub, but literally so freaking stoked about this channel. I think both video and audio are red herrings. Me too at this point. I really do. I really do. Okay. It said Ben a lot. Yeah, Ben. Right there. I understand what Mullen is saying, and he slipped up. Fuck, he fucked up on the stand. That's why we're reading over this shit. That statement, my comment there, that is what Mullins is talking about. Okay, we got to hurry up and get out of here. I'm tired. Well, true, Lamberco. True. That's another thing. Unless they deleted it too. Because it was a whole group thing, right? Retrieve the video before the erasure. I don't know. I don't know. But was it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm still undecided on what he actually was trying to convey, but he fucked up more than once, I think. Like the coughs are, if you read that transcript, the coughs are the biggest tells. Yeah, what erasure? Erasal? He said erasal? Erasal? Remember when they said they would go back to the beginning? All bullshit. Go back to what? It was fucking deleted. Yeah. I mean, poignant reminder there, Phoenix. Thank you. They're all performance artists. Yeah. I mean, fucking Doug Carter, bro. Come on. Okay. Blessings galore. Hey, you coming in late as shit. Look, something wrong with this investigation, said Chinese computer. Okay. There you go. He drifted in a few years before the Mercs. How could you go back to the beginning when the beginning had been fucking wiped? The Delphi weird shit is some really weird shit. Yeah, and it tells a story, but you got to understand what it's saying. And what is it with Doug Carter weird behavior at the October 31st press conference when he was raving about what a good job the team has done? Yeah, good fucking job, guys. All federal agencies are at our disposal. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Practicing, for adding nice comments here. A lot of nice comments. Best live of the day, Prof. You blew away all the professionals. Be proud of you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Hi, y'all. Nothing surprises me about the Delphi case. Okay. Oh, 4 Pits is out. Good night. All right. Somebody please explain why the narrative is that RA is a sadistic pedo child killer, but the girls were not sexually assaulted. Charles Godwin, I'm banning you until you apologize to me and make it right from the troll farm. See, Charles Godwin, you got a lot of shit to make right because you were troll farm. They're your best friends. You covered their asses, and I kind of take offense that you're coming in here trying to be a normal guy. You haven't apologized. You haven't communicated. You haven't set things straight. So, Charles, I'm timing you out for the rest of the show. But look, email me, join Discord, message me. You can fix the problem, but pretending a problem doesn't exist is not how you fix it. Doug Carter's just a constipated bag of hot air. Yeah, but Wisdom Sleuth, you're repeating Becky Patty's lying bullshit. And you do that sort of thing kind of often. So I'm just timing you out because it's like, I don't want to hear any more of that shit. I don't want to hear any more of that shit. We don't buy that shit anymore. So why repeat it? Why repeat it? We're not repeating any of the bullshit. I'm wiping the slate on the bullshit. Okay. All right. So I'm out of here. I'm tired, y'all. Yeah, I'm fucking tired. Listen, it's all bullshit, Lambert. Derek was at Wilson Bridge for another reason. That was all fucking bullshit. We've talked about it so many times, and it's like every time you repeat it, you're giving validity to a bullshit story. Stop talking about the Flora House being involved in this way, because that's not how it's related. It's not how it's related. Flora is not related to Delphi through fucking photographs of an appraisal. Stop the bullshit. On my channel, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay? I'm not. If we're going to talk about Flora, we'll talk about Flora in the way it actually matters, in the way it's actually solid, that not coming from fucking rumor mill bullshit. So sorry, I'm just done. But good night, everyone. We went way too long. It was 40 pages, too much shit to read, and I'm tired, and I'm all late and tired and exhausted and frustrated at the constant bullshit. Yeah, it's been a long night, but ever repeating that story, it's that particular story I'm extremely fucking pissed about. Okay? That story is bullshit. And anytime someone comes in here and starts repeating that story, it triggers me, because that fucking story right there never needs repeating. Okay? In my opinion, no. No. Fucking stop mystifying these girls' murders like that. Stop it. It's not cool. It's not cool. Like, you're mystifying with rumors. Have you seen anything regarding that anywhere else? Factual. That wasn't some bullshit story told by someone. No. No. It's bullshit. It's muddying the waters. It's disinformation. It's stupid ass shit. It's mystifying the deaths of these girls, the murders of these girls. But it's bullshit. Don't do it. It's part of the problem. Anyway, thank you guys for the good words. I'm sorry I'm ended on a kind of a sour note, but that particular story has me fucking done. I'm done with it. I'm done with that story. And it's often repeated, and I'm sick of hearing it repeated. So I'm sorry. If I timed you out, I'll see you next time. All right. But good night, everyone. And especially thank you to everyone who hit the like, who joined the chat. I really appreciate you joining this chat because uh, even though I get a little heated, it's all that chat is for you. Okay, the chat is for you. I want you to discuss with each other in that chat. That's why it's there. It's for your discussion. I'm just trying to comment on it and highlight it. Um, but yeah, no, it was a great night. I think, look, if you go through that Mullen shit, there's a few things that pop out. There's a few tells. There's a few moments where he's not very good on the stand, I believe. So hopefully, people rewatching this at some later time, they'll catch those little things and say, you know what, that's more information. That's more information. It's red flags. I mean, it's real fucking red flags. So Mullen, fuck off, and everyone else, have a good night. We'll see you guys later. And if you're on the replay, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment down below. That's where you can keep conversation going once the show is over. So peace on out. Peace on out. All right.